How are things?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad, you? How's it going for you?
Yeah, it's going okay. I suppose I've just about recovered from Saturday afternoon, and we're straight back into it. So yeah, I don't know how I feel, to be honest. I did take a bit of a 24/48 hour detox from West Ham. Uh, I suppose as I mentioned to you, I missed the last 10 minutes of the game intentionally. So only heard what happened. Was it Sunday evening, Monday evening? But yeah, I had to just take a bit of a breather because it was just getting me down a little bit. So yeah, that's where I'm at, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you saw my reaction in the group chat. I was quite visibly not happy.
Yeah.
I've not been that angry for a long time, um, and there's a lot of people that are backing Nuno still, which is fine. Each to their own. I love the positivity in that. But fuck me, I think I was just saying to you just there before we came on. You go through relegation and then you get a few months off to watch disappointing negative England displays in the World Cup, and then the new season starts and you get to carry on watching the same shit you were
Mm.
watching last season against lesser teams with less of your good players. It's just it's tiring. I feel tired. Tired, mate.
Yeah, I get it. I get it completely. I think the whole fan base is probably feeling the same way. And I wrote into the group earlier. I just had a bit of a mental, I suppose, dump into the group in terms of like how I'm feeling. And I'm generally try to be a kind of a glass half full type merchant, and I try as best. Now, Amy, my partner, would disagree, but I try my best not to catastrophize too much. Um, but after Burnley and Charlton, I was nearly as down in the dumps as I was against Manchester United when we were winning 1-0 and drew 1-1, or with the last minute goal from Sheshko, or other games like that, or the various Brighton games and so on. I kind of felt like I was really, really excited about the season and was keen to get a good start. And it's the same outcomes, just against weaker teams.
Yeah,
And
exactly that.
which is the hardest part to kind of get your noggin around. And tonight feels, and I was saying to you, like tonight feels absolutely gigantic. Like I don't care at all about the Carabao Cup. It's not a priority for me whatsoever. And I'd say the same is for 99.9% of the fan base. But it feels huge. Watford on Saturday feels huge. And I think that if you're talking about these two games either going badly wrong, I was pleased enough with Nuno sticking around because I thought
Yeah.
he's a manager that failed in the Premier League with us, but might be good enough to get us up in the Championship. And I didn't mind the continuity, and I thought he might be able to bring a few players along with them. Given he built a bit of a relationship. Um, but it's just been. I'm actually taken aback by how bad it's been the
Yeah.
past two games.
I
I've been shocked. Like the Charlton game shocked me. The end of the second half of the Burnley game shocked me. So I've been shocked for an hour and a half worth of football now, if not more than an hour and a half worth of football now,
yeah.
and we just need to turn it around.
And
I don't
look,
know if we can.
you've got to look at it from. I said loads last season. It'll be enjoyable, but it's not going to be easy. And I've said loads of times. My honest opinion before we were even relegated is that the Championship is better than most European top
Mm,
leagues. Um,
yeah.
I think a lot of the teams that play in the Champions League from lesser leagues would struggle in the Championship. Um, and that's my honest opinion on it. But
Mm.
I didn't expect this. I did not expect this, But I was just saying to Russ there, I've been trying to play devil's advocate because I am past it with Nuno. And I think we were in agreement when we made the decision to keep him on that it would be good for continuity. but it's not been good. It's not been good. It isn't good. It feels like maybe the club's cursed or something. Maybe the witch doctor who stopped Harry Kane scoring at the World Cup has got a problem with the fucking David Sullivan. Maybe David Sullivan. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I probably open myself up to some legal issues. But yeah,
it's just and I was listening again, and not to refer to group chat too much, but it's just been so bleak for so long, and we're just looking for a bit of fun, a bit of enjoyment. Like, I think, when times are going well with West Ham, there's few more enjoyable things to do in my spare time than watch West Ham win, and uh, I've just been robbed of that for 2 seasons and a bit, 3 seasons, kind of, give or take, I suppose. It's just been misery, and I was really looking forward to this season because obviously all the news came out early doors in June. We're keeping all our key players. We're going to sign a few players. We're going to get rid of a few players, and we'll have a squad ready to go and get us promoted the first time of asking.
yeah.
And as time wore on, I got a bit negative, but then I kind of said, like, I was watching all the build-ups to the Championship and a league I'm not familiar with, at least for the last 15 or so years. And every Championship expert YouTube channel and, in like social media account was saying, West Ham fans are panicking, but they don't need to. This is not a league that they're going to struggle in. They've got a team that's equipped for it. They're ready to go. They'll walk the league, and they need to just chill out. I think the worry that we had is now being shown that it was founded, because at the same time we have personnel. Like, I'm guessing most teams, like Charlton, we would have been our first 11 for maybe bar one or two, potentially, from the pace perspective that Charlton had, would walk into their team.
Yeah.
But we can't put together a performance. And that's the problem. So how do you square that circle? How does Nuno change that? Because that's the challenge, and he hasn't been able to do it for quite some time.
That's the thing as well, right? Is when I look at that, I think, right, I hate Nathan Jones. I've never met him before. I just feel like I just don't like him. He's one of them people that's front and center. He takes all the limelight off his players or whatever. But the bottom line for me is he's a good manager. He is a good manager. And I look, every manager makes mistakes. We've got Tottenham fan in here. He'll tell you about managers making mistakes because he's spent 300 odd million, left half of them on the bench, got fucking pumped at the weekend. But I look at our team and I think if Nathan Jones was in charge of West Ham, we would have absolutely slaughtered Charlton because he would have set up differently. We were talking briefly before the game about any players, like you were saying. Obviously, you didn't know many of the Charlton players, and you're not that. I don't think the Championship's as easy to watch in Ireland as so it's not something that would just be on down the pub or on TV or whatever. But and I'd said to you, I'd kind of identified a couple of players. One of them was the lad. I can't even remember his name now. Really tired. Tariq, maybe, I don't know. The young lad who scored against us.
Yeah.
I was telling you how he's very pacey, very threatening. Is their main kind of source of goals. Goes and scores. How have I identified him? Fat bloke on YouTube has identified their main threat. And you've got a whole managerial team, coaching team, analyst team, scout team that haven't got a clue. Because it looked like his pace surprised everyone.
Yeah. That was another worry that I had as well, though, is like when we are on the attack, and we're going to have a lot of possession this season, like we had against Charlton, is if they've got pace on the break, like it happened against Burnley countless times. Their midfield was just played through, bypassed her in on goal. There was 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, 2-on-2s. There was just countless opportunities for Burnley and obviously Charlton as well, where they could have scored an awful lot more goals, and it all came from the same source, apart from the long throw goal. Essentially, it comes from a lot of the goals didn't come from actually those sources when I think about it, but they had huge opportunities to score, because obviously Fleming scored from a penalty and also from anyway. What I'm trying to say is, I just worry that when we are on the attack and the ball, we were playing a lot of misplaced passes. There was a huge number of them at the weekend. When we misplace a pass or the attack breaks down and they have a little bit of speed or pace on the break, we look at sea. And we need to be able to sort that out for a start. And the second piece that I mentioned as well in the chat earlier was that we start incredibly slow. I got to the phase where, watching West Ham last season, I was like, if we can get away with not being losing within the first 30 or so minutes, I'll feel more comfortable, because we tend to get going then. But I kind of just got used to going, all right, I hope these first 20, 30 minutes we get away with it, and then we can kind of play into the game. Happened against Portsmouth, happened against Burnley, happened against didn't happen. Didn't improve much against Charlton, but it's just we start so slow, and that's another scenario we need to fix as well. So a lot of problems, and we have good personnel, but we need more, obviously, as well, which we will talk about, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm just a little bit discouraged, shall we say?
Yeah, I get that, and obviously there's a lot of comments like this. It's 2 games, lads, chill your wee bollocks, whatever. We're playing supporter top trumps here. 55 years, 99% slurry. You have to learn to love the journey and stop being a whine kid. It's funny. Do you know what? Everyone enjoys football in their own way. Everyone enjoys football. And it's not just Connor that sounds like a lightweight. I supported West Ham for a lot longer than 3 years. Connor supported West Ham for a lot longer than 3 years. It doesn't matter if you supported the team for 55 years or 5 minutes. It's still fucking home. And when you have to learn to love the journey. I do love the journey. We're still on here. We're still on here on a Tuesday night. We're still, the videos still keep churning out, even though it's shit at times. But so we do love the journey. We carry on talking about it. We find reasons to talk about it, and we carry on watching it. The problem is this is horrific. It's not just been 2 games. This is, and the thing is Nuno ball works to an extent, because we shut up shop against City. We shut up shop against Liverpool. We've shut up shop against Arsenal. Well, not Liverpool, actually. We got battered. We shut up shop against Arsenal. So it can work. But how, we play like that, but you can't go into every game. I think 𝗪𝗘𝗦𝗧 said, not a massive fan of 𝗪𝗘𝗦𝗧, but 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗧, when he was asked, are you going to be playing attacking football or defensive football? And he said, different games call to different tactics. Sometimes you can attack, sometimes you have to sit back. Nuno doesn't seem to understand that different games call for different tactics. Your first game at home, London derby against a newly promoted team, you go for the jugular. You your foot on the net. You don't even let them up. You just batter the fuck up. You have to go at them. We didn't really look good until it was too late. And that's my problem. That's how we should be starting games. And I think that was the same last season. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. And I don't mind being called a lightweight. I don't mind being told that I'm moaning or whatever. And I try and have as I said, a chipper disposition. I'm not gonna let it get me down too much. I'd be interested to know what this Smith individual, how he feels. Like, are you happy with what you're seeing so far? I know it's only 2 games, but at the same time, we're seeing an awful lot of the same symptoms as before. So you can definitely call it 3 games in isolation, 100%. So I agree with that perspective. But at the same time, when you look at it in a grander sense, and it's only 2 seasons or a season and a half with Nuno, but the symptoms are still there. The problems are still present. So it's not just 2 games. But
I'll tell you something.
But
I'll tell you something as well for Ms. Smith and her toes. One of my friends has been a season ticket holder for 25 years, and he has not missed an away game. Weddings, funerals, he's never missed an away game or a home game, right? Apart from COVID. He's just texted me now and said, I've just seen the lineup, I might leave.
Let me have a look at the lineup. I haven't seen it
I
yet.
don't know if the
So
lineup's out yet, but so I mean, in terms of shit fan top trumps, you know, Alex has just said there's been 8 changes to the starting lineup. So again, we this comment here I saw, the Iron Fruits afternoon, mate. This is the perfect game for Nuno. Just do the normal play to lose. But Russ
yeah,
was saying before, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Because if he puts a full strength team out there, Bowen gets a knock and we lose to Watford. But he's done this to
yeah,
himself because we haven't won a game.
yeah. No, well, I would have hoped not that I take the Carabao Cup seriously, but I was hoping to see a little bit more of the full team, because it might allow you to play into form. You know, it might allow you. You know, if we were to if the the majority of the first team played, if it was the same from the
I've got
weekend, and
I've got the team here.
on.
Who do you think's in goal?
Well, the way you phrased it, it's not Areola or thing. It's going to be Herrick, right? Is that a good guess?
Yeah, Finley Herrick's in goal.
Jeepers.
You got Ariola's probably off, isn't he?
Yeah.
Herrick in goal, Veltman, Golombekis, Kilman, who captains the side.
Mm.
Ezra Mayers, Kante, Alford, Makassar, Lamadrid, Ajala, and Pirot. Don't hate it.
I don't hate it at all. Like, as in, these are players that we like that I'm happy to see getting a run out. Um, I don't hate it at all. But
The bench. The bench
yeah,
is
that's what I wanted to ask about. What's the bench like?
Hermanson, Walker Peters, Engels, Solomon, Tatty, Bowen, Nagasa, Scholes, Casey. That is some fucking bench.
Right up here in the picture now.
That is some bench.
It's an amazing bench. Apart from Casey, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Caden Casey's not. I rate him, to be fair, but
Do you? Well, okay. Well, I'm happy to be proven wrong about Casey. And obviously, we have no Mavropanos anywhere, but I'm not alarmed about that. I don't think. Sorry, the dog keeps running in and out and looking at the door. So 1 second.
good point. Good point.
Yeah, so the bench is obviously is very strong. Like Veltman, I don't mind. Kilman, Colin Beckus, I don't mind either. Mayers equally. So the back four, like, obviously it's experimental, but I don't mind it. Midfield, Kante and Orford, I also like. I wouldn't mind seeing Engels get some more game time just to kind of bed him in a bit more. He looked a bit, I don't know.
Matt has actually just made a good point in the group chat there. Matt has just said, is Areola off, or has he dropped Hermanson so Areola's rested today because Hermanson's now the cup keeper?
I'm very surprised. Hermanson has been Nuno's man for a while now, and so
Nuno was a goalkeeper though.
that is true. But that's why I think Nuno rates Hermanson.
Yeah, but Hermanson dives in slow motion, and the goalkeeper.
Well, that goal that we conceded against, I didn't rewatch it. I watched it probably inadvertently a second time, but it was like a goal going in slow motion. Ireland, if anyone's here from Ireland, we conceded against Croatia in a World Cup, a European. My dog is driving me mad. In a European game and in the Euros, and it went into slow motion. And Shea Given never played for Ireland again, pretty much. And that was a similarly paced dive where it was like he dived almost backwards. It was going so slow, and it's just crept in. I knew it was going in the second he hit it, and because I could see how slow he was moving. You know,
I was looking at that as well, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to start going, the Championship needs VAR. That first goal would have been disallowed in the Premier League.
I didn't even rewatch it again. What was wrong with it?
I'm almost certain he controls it with his arm. You might need to watch it again. Maybe
I didn't.
But it looked like it come off the floor. He kind of leant back, and his arm was definitely involved before the overhead kick.
Well, I didn't see that myself, but I don't. You know what? Like, as in, if we look, there's going to be decisions that are going to go against us based on the fact that there's no VAR. There's going to be decisions that go with us because there's been no VAR as well, equally. So let's just take it that we're happy that there's no VAR. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Because at least when we do score a goal, which hopefully we might score 1 or 2 tonight and actually come away with a win. Who knows? Strange things have happened. Is that a Modelo, by the way?
Yeah.
I love Modelo. They are so good.
Modelo, can you? You can't. The problem is when they're really cold and it's been a nice day, they just kind of disappear. It's like drinking water.
They're lovely. Yeah, they were on offer down the road for me the other day, and I was having a barbecue, and I said, I was lucky enough to be in Mexico about a year ago. Never had a Modelo before in my life, and I had a Modelo there, and I was like, this is unbelievable. So I saw them on offer, and it brought me right back. It was great. So good choice of beer there, Ben.
Yeah, the Mexicans know how to make a beer. They
sure do.
It's probably my favourite beer, to be fair. It's a bit more pricey than obviously your standard stuff, but then it's better than drinking my mate drinks 𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗔𝗕 all the time. He's going, I love this 𝗪𝗔𝗥 Spanish beer, and I was like, fuck off, it's brewed in Birmingham.
Yeah, that's it took a while for that beer to be kind of I suppose rustled, everyone's like, oh yeah, 𝗪𝗔𝗥, because it was trying to but then eventually the truth came out. But yeah, so it's fair play to you. But yeah, just going back to the team, from your perspective, and I was extremely impressed with 𝗪𝗪𝗪 in whatever the game. He got injured right at the very, very end, but he started and he was the only player I think that wasn't rotated at halftime. And I've obviously heard an awful lot about him from the academy side of things. Do you think that he will, be third, assuming we do sign a centre half? Do you think he'll be our third or more likely fourth choice this season, or do you think he might go on loan?
Bearing in mind we're playing Southampton tonight, if he has a good game, I can see him getting into the starting lineup.
That's
the sky is the limit on 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Honestly, Russ agrees with me. I watch a lot of the youth matches, right? And 𝗪𝗪𝗪 is the first player since Declan Rice that I've watched and thought, fucking hell, he's gonna do something. He is.
Yeah, because I think that's my attitude as well. Like, I'm guessing, I haven't seen the Southampton team, but I'm guessing they're going to play a somewhat weakened team as well. But at the same time, they're a decent championship outfit. So if he plays really, really well today, and I think that they might say, okay, well, he can either partner Mavropanos, he can be third choice, whatever it might be. So yeah, like I'm very keen to see him stay. I'm also excited to see A'Jala as well from the start, because he is exciting and
that's pace. He's got pace. We need pace.
Yeah.
And quick one, Paul here. No Areola, and he's not on the bench. Hermansen's on the bench. I'm happy to see Finley get his chance. I really am.
Yeah.
I really am, and I think he's a really good keeper. And what makes him a good keeper is his courage. He's so confident and brave. He truly believes he's going to be one of the best keepers in the world, and you can see it in his performances. And
remember the penalty shootout? He was giving it a bit of the Billy Big one, so he's definitely got a bit of ego, which is good because you need ego to be a top player. So I don't mind him at all.
He reminds me of Pickford, but with proportional arms.
Yeah, Pickford. Yeah, he's one of my how would I describe him? Least favorite footballers on the planet. I would say Pickford is up there for me. I'm not English, so I'm allowed to say that. So Josh A'Jala, I think there's a few players. Lamajrid, there was actually such mixed reviews about Madrid in pre-season. Some are saying he was the worst player they'd ever seen in pre-season. Others were saying he was the best player they'd seen in pre-season. And I watched a good bit of I watched all the pre-season games. I had them all on the West Ham TV. And what I saw of him, I thought was good. I don't think he's like the finished article, of course. But I'm excited to see how he gets on tonight because he could. I know Venezuelan league. Like I actually went onto his Instagram channel and was looking at like his highlights on his Instagram channel. It was like 3 men and a dog, and him playing. Like it was such a kind of a. How do you scout a guy like that? It's so obscure.
The angles for the scouting stuff I had to do before he signed, right? The camera angles still weren't as bad as some of our pre-season friendly camera angles.
Listen to what was the game? Was it the Magdeburg game or something where the camera was in the sky and it kept like jumping around and it was like zooming in. Everyone was seasick during it. Like I was texting the group and Alex was saying that he was feeling seasick, and then when I heard it, I started like, you kind of trick yourself into feeling like that you're unwell yourself. Yeah. So that was the weirdest game ever, the weirdest coverage ever. So I'm guessing that the Venezuelan league wouldn't be much better than that. But yeah, let's see how he gets on, and we've got some good options, as you say, off the bench. So it'd be nice to see this perform, and as you say, and as people were saying, like you pick a weird team like this. It could be the best performance we have in some time.
These players want to prove themselves, and the starting 11 is struggling. Everyone's worried about depth. This could actually be a master streak. This is the problem. This is a problem. When Miss Smith is telling us that we need to cheer up and stop being grumpy, this is the problem, right? We've gone from he's going to start a weakened team, he doesn't care, we're going to have 3 losses on the bounce, and now all of a sudden the pair of us have flipped, and we're like, oh wait, Hendrik's playing. Oh wait, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 is punishing. We've got Josh Aszala. This is the problem. Every game, you find that hope. You look for the silver linings.
Yeah, because we don't want to be negative Nancy's moaning nonstop. Like, we started the stream because talking about the state of play at West Ham right now, because that's all we have. We didn't have a starting lineup. We have a game ahead of ourselves this evening, and I don't think I'm the only one that's been disappointed with the first 2 games. First 3 games, if you include Portsmouth, but we had some moments of individual brilliance. But yeah, let's just enjoy tonight if we can. Let's see if the young players do the business. And we're obviously always all worried about various different outgoings. And I'm happy with certain players going out. And if we can get a couple of players in and some of these players shine tonight and provide, competition moving forward, I'm all for
it. This is really controversial take, I think, right? But if we lose tonight, as long as I see something promising from some of those young players, I'll be okay. If we lose 3-2, Aszala gets 2 goals and absolutely tears up a full strength Southampton midfield and defence, I'll feel like, yeah. If we lose 3-1, but 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 is progressing the ball well, I'll be happy. If Madrid is ripping down the wing against a full strength Southampton team, if I can take positives from it, I will. It's a cup game.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah. The thing is, like, when it comes to Saturday, the only thing that matters is the result. We need to win. So if we play terribly and win 1-0, I'll make my peace with it, While I can't make my peace with, is if we, get destroyed, play off the park, etc., etc. So, but tonight, as it's a cup game, it's not a league game. It's not Saturday. It's a game where we can, as you say, if we lose on penalties, it does go to penalties, right? I think it goes directly to penalties. If it is on penalties and we play, as you say, we got a couple of good performances from some of the new the academy guys. Maybe some of the guys come off the bench, play well, and we lose on penalties or whatever it is. I'll sleep soundly enough tonight. What I don't want, of course, is if we see similar stories to previous games. But the fact that this team wants to go out and impress, I'm feeling a little bit more confident,
Yeah. You might see there flash up on your phone that I've asked Russ if I can change my prediction to a 2-1 win.
I'm still 0-0. I think I'm trying. Yeah, 0-0. I think was what I popped in earlier. So yeah, we'll see what the league table is. Everyone's on 0 because we predicted we're going to beat Burnley. Everyone did. Then we predicted we were going to beat.
Nottingham Forest have just signed 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓.
No way, really?
Chelsea,
How much?
Yeah.
It must be a loan deal.
Club record deal for Chelsea's 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓.
No.
Let's see some numbers. £45 million.
That sounds like that can't be real. Is that real?
Yep.
𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓's not any. He's useless in my view.
West Ham's fan prediction for the total fans is 2-1 win. A lot of positivity. Southampton's fans prediction 2-1 win for them.
What's the AI guy saying?
The AI's had a fucking night off. Disgusting behaviour.
That's terrible. Man United, not that I follow the Premier League at all, but Man United, I was driving home. I had to drop my tux off because I rented a tux on for Saturday evening or Friday evening, should I say. So I had to spin to the black guy place to drop it off. And I heard on the way back that Man United have signed 𝗪𝗪𝗪 for some big money deal.
Yeah.
But I must admit, I don't follow the Premier League at all anymore now.
But I mean, it's just been announced today that he signed. But last night I was scrolling through Instagram, and he posted a picture of his Man United shirt. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 posted a picture of his number 20 Man United shirt, and I was like, what?
Yeah, you weren't telling me fibs. Forest signed 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗓 for 45 million. That sounds like some sort of weird accounting deal. He can't possibly be worth 45 million, but maybe he'll score 25 goals and show what I know. But yeah, it was a strange one. Ekim, but no prediction. Ekim, you're holding your tongue. Just want to see a good game. Yeah, I don't mind that. Any bold predictions?
Something. Just give us something.
Yeah, here are the scores. I'm 0-0. Where are you, Alex? 3-5. Wow, that's one. Ben, we all look at this is look how negative it is. Like we were all so positive against Burnley. It was like 3-0, 2-0. Then against Charlton, I was 4-1. It was 3-1. It just shows how the pendulum has swung in the opposite direction. But if it is a 1-1 draw or 0-0 draw and we play well and get eliminated on penalties. Actually, we can go through on penalties. I wouldn't mind that either. Yeah, so it's it's very much an unknown in terms of what today's outcome could be. I haven't obviously seen the Southampton team yet. Let's see if I can dig it out. It might be on live. I'm sure it's on live score. Lineups are confirmed. So I'll go to the lineups for the Crackola. So it's Daniel Peretz in goal. James Bree, Nathan Wood, Jack Stevens, and Santos as the back four. Cameron Bragg and Lewis Dobbin. Tom Fellows, Akachukwu, Cieza, and up front, our old friend, Big Divin Mubama.
He's going to score. He scored a last minute winner against Stoke the other day. I was actually talking to a Stoke supporter today. Obviously, we took the short drive to Southport from me. What a beach! What a beach! I'm sure it's.
Oh, that picture you sent me earlier was beautiful. Yeah, looked great.
It was so lovely. It was quiet, and I'm quite a nervous driver, so it was like my first kind of big run out. Apart from I drove from London to Manchester when we moved here, which was horrible. But I just got in the car and thought, fuck it, I'm just going to drive. So we went to the beach. It's the last day of nice weather here. It's supposed to piss down until the kids go back now. So we thought we'd take the kids to the beach. It was such a lovely day. And when I was in the park, there was a dad there in a Stoke shirt.
Nice.
I was chatting to him and I was just like, oh, you must have been feeling sick because last season he was on loan at Stoke and I don't think he pulled up any trees. Initially he did, but then he kind of...
Yeah, he started well. I heard that, yeah.
So I said to him, he must have been sickening seeing Mubama, score the winner or whatever. And he was like, it's so frustrating. He said to me, he was like, don't get me wrong, he wasn't the best player in the world for us, but I still don't understand why West Ham let him go, because he would have been a great utility player. But I don't think he wanted to be a utility player anyway.
Yeah, well, he would have played for us that next season, because he got a couple of games the previous season before, but obviously Man City came looking. A few players in the Southampton bench. Ryan Manning, Irish international, is on the bench. Flynn Downs, a former West Ham man who didn't really get much of a chance. Kyle Larin, and then another Irish player, 𝗪𝗂𝗧 who is highly rated by all the people that I follow in the Championship now, that I've followed Championship football content creators. I must say 𝗪𝗂𝗧 for me he's okay. Ryan Manning also okay. And then a few other kind of names that you recognize, but they're the main ones, I suppose. But yeah, our bench looks very strong. Thoughts? Another question for you, Ben. 𝗪𝗠𝗪𝗧 is on the West Ham bench, and I hear he wants out, but is training in a professional manner and is no longer obviously injured. Thoughts on 𝗪𝗧, please, sir?
I've heard both. I heard that he wants out. I've heard that he's open to staying. I think he's frustrated. I think he's the player that every player backs themselves to be the best, and there is a player in there.
100%.
And I think if I was him, I'd feel a little hard done by with the treatment that I've received so far. Apparently, Palace are sniffing around him.
Saw that. Heard that.
I guess that depends on if Adam Wharton goes. But if they see him as a replacement for Wharton, they must like his progressive play. Wharton had an absolutely fucking fantastic game at the weekend.
Wharton's a class act. Like I rate Wharton. I must admit. But yeah, 𝗪𝗧, I think, plugs a gap that we kind of need at the moment, because we don't actually have a player in that position right now anymore. Now, because we had a few false dawns with Alvarez, and obviously we got rid of Freddie Potts, and we got rid of a few others, obviously. So I would have thought that, and again, I read too much into some of these things, but like, the away kit and maybe the third kit as well, but certainly the away kit, he was very much like the poster boy for the away kit, and I thought that might have told a story, and I thought that he was gung ho, ready to go, and then we hear a few different things. So I'd be interested in see if he sticks around. There's not that much time left in the window, so I'd keep him. As you say, there's a player in there. He either gives you a 10 out of 10 or a 0 out of 10. If we can get him to give us a few more 6.5, 7 out of 10, and more consistently, I'll be happy as Larry. But I would keep him for sure.
Do you know what I've just seen? Which I was saying, I feel like maybe 𝗪𝗧, if I was him, I'd feel a bit hard done by. I'll tell you what makes me feel hard done by. It's really, really disappointing. Right, there is currently 568 people watching.
Oh, what a transition! How many likes are we getting? Ben?
20. Not even 10% of the people watching are liking this. We got pictures. We got weirdos hiding in a bush watching us. And they're not making contact. We're friendly. Drop us a
Where's our was the guy slagging me off, I wonder, from earlier, still watching? Because he's definitely going to give us a like for sure.
Straight first one actually gave us a like was Miss Smith. So happy days. Every time I see Aqua pop up in the comments, it makes me feel so happy and full of peace, right? Because I accidentally banned him on a stream once. I was trying to ban someone else.
Were you banning someone that we could all predict that you're probably trying to ban? Was it a famous person that you banned?
Maybe.
I think it might have been a famous person you banned.
People showing up in the fucking bushes outside your house.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, Aqua. I love Aqua's insight. Is fantastic, and you know what? Right, we had a back and forth for months trying to sort it out, trying to find him on a banned list. We couldn't find him and everything. I'm so happy now that he's finally there, because he was messaging me. He was just like, do you know what? He's what he is. Don't worry about it. I just talk bollocks most of the time, or something he said. But I was so happy to have someone bend the ban up. Ben I'm wielding my fucking ban hammer. Fuck you all. I'm in charge now. No, I don't know.
You're drunk on power, Ben. That's the problem. Drunk on power. And Miss Smith, 2 likes. Thanks, Miss Smith. Big fan of your name.
Miss Smith, yeah, Miss Smith. I love the fact that the profile picture is just toes.
Yeah, look, they're beautiful toes. In fairness, you know, if he got it, flaunt it. You know, that's what I always say.
There we go. What are you chugging, Ben? I have Modelo.
Yeah, I have a few. I have a few in not Modelo's. I have a few beers in the fridge, so I definitely will crack one open to get me through this.
Aqua here is saying disgraceful behaviour. Hit them likes. I actually read.
Yeah, you're right.
I actually read an article the other night, really interesting online, that says that if you watch YouTube videos and don't like them, it's normally because you've got a tiny cock.
Yeah, listen.
Everyone.
I don't like. Yeah.
Everyone that's got a tiny cock don't like it. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm not, in fairness, I don't like that many YouTube videos, and I can definitely assure you that I have that condition myself. I can assure you that it is true. Ben, what Ben says is true, because yeah, it's no fun down there, that's for sure. Yeah, so I'm sure those likes will skyrocket now that, you know, that truth has been told.
That truth has been told. That's more truthful than anything Donald Trump spouts as a fact, to be fair.
That's for sure. We won't get into the various different.
We got up to 138 likes from 20.
That's not possible. Is that right?
Yeah.
You're joking me. Really?
Yeah, that's the truth.
Oh my God, that's a huge result from the lads. I'm looking down here to see if I can get it up on my phone. I can't. I don't believe the numbers. They sound fabricated. Geez, yeah, 100. That's fantastic. Jesus, everyone's terrified of your threatening remark, Ben. It sounds like.
Mr. Joe, it is a lovely beer. Me and Connor we were musing about what a nice beer it is. It goes down a little too easy.
Yeah, so I see in the comments here as well, there's a remark there that there's no more Prout. That's interesting. There's a few, who else is kind of missing? I suppose obviously 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗏 is missing. Is Kyle Walker-Peters on the bench?
Yeah, Kyle Walker-Peters on the bench.
I'm just trying to think, is there any notable absentees? Aside from obviously Mavro, Manson, Walker-Peters, Engels, Solomon, Taddy. Yeah. Am I missing someone obvious? I don't think so. Interesting, yeah, Peru gets on anyway. Yeah, your marketing ploy worked as Aqua lays on there.
That's why I'm not.
You're saying don't bow to peer pressure. Good man, Peter. I enjoyed that now, must be said.
I'm on the beer.
I was on beer and martini. That's a cocktail. Maybe the martini is the chaser. It's hard to know. Areola, of course. Yeah, we did.
I don't know whether it's just inherently racist or what, but
if you're starting the comment with something to do with racism, Ben, watch your words carefully here.
There's this drink we have here called an Irish car bomb.
Oh, we've had. We used to have that as well here. We used to serve it. I don't know what it is. It's a shot. It's a collection of shorts in a shot, right?
Yeah. Well, no, you get Baileys and you
drop it in
Guinness and neck the Guinness.
Oh, what a Guinness! Oh, yeah. I don't think that's what we have here. We have something different. But yeah, we did back in the day in Ireland. You could also buy an Irish car bomb. So it obviously is unbelievably non-PC. But I suppose those are days. The days gone by. I don't think if I went to my local around the corner now and said, listen, I'll start them off with an Irish car bomb, I think I might be asked to leave. But 20 years ago, no problem at all. Aqua saying it's mixed. Martini and beer. I'm not having that. That sounds like a fib.
That is diabolical, Aqua. I'm going to try it one day. I mean, who has martini though?
Yeah,
my mum has martini in the drinks cabinet, but
if we I'll make it. Breakfast of champions. Well, listen, I'll make a deal now. If West Ham go on to win the league on the last day of the season, I'm going to toast it on stream with a with Accra's beer and martini mixed. I might even have it for breakfast that day as
and
well.
an Irish car bomb.
And then, yeah, I have them an Irish car bomb, actually. That's even better. Yeah, that sounds good. Frog is here. How you doing, Frog?
How you doing, Frog?
Yeah, Herrick. Yeah, So a few people were saying, I was asking who are we missing, and Mandy came in with Areola. I think a few others said Areola as well. So yeah, that's obviously, we mentioned that earlier on. But yeah, the old Areola one. It's a strange one, because you would have thought that he might be the cup keeper, and you would have had him on the bench maybe. And but it sounds. I actually heard that Areola was happy to stay, but to be honest, if he does go, he's a high earner. He's getting paid. He was getting paid 100 flat, or around 100 last season, so he's on 50, give or take. So
yeah,
I think he's a good keeper. I don't think he's an amazing keeper. If he's off, he's off. I won't cry over that one too much. Yeah, so that's kind of the one that
we've got Aqua there with an open invitation to Portugal. So maybe we'll do a West Ham Network on tour, go stay with Aqua, and have martini and beer for breakfast.
Yeah, I was in Portugal just there a few weeks back on a stag do, and I can guarantee there was no beer and martini offered, but maybe I was in the wrong place.
That was actually my point. Actually, the stag do's brought it back to me. The Irish car bomb thing. My best friend was marrying his missus at the time, and she was very clear with me: no alcohol the night before the wedding, no alcohol.
Okay.
Right? And he was like, just fucked. I don't even know. Like the night before the wedding, he was just. He's a really, really nice guy. He's an architect, so he does well for himself. He's
enough fella, yeah.
Yeah, his family do well for themselves. His dad owns his own architecture firm and stuff. And he went into the garden, and he was just chain smoking cigarettes. And I went out there. I was like, Dan, you all right, mate? And he's like, no, I feel guilty. I was like, why? And he goes, oh, all I've got to give her is my name, and even that shit. And then I was standing there, and he's crying, and I was like, right, let's see what we got in the cupboard. So we had about 45 Irish car bombs. His mum turned up the next morning for the wedding, and he was fucked. She was trying to shave him because he was shaking.
That's not good.
And it nicked him. And because we'd had so much beer, his blood was so thin. And then I just remember being at the wedding, standing at the front, and seeing him struggling to stand up, and his missus come down the aisle, and she looked at him, and then she just looked at me, and I was like, I am fucked.
Yeah, you have because I was at a wedding on Friday, and I was chatting to the lads on the Thursday, and they were like, yeah, couple of beers, a couple of pints of Guinness, head to bed. I've been a groomsman a couple of times. I haven't been married myself, but if I was getting married, it would be very much like, a couple of beers, ease the nerves, early to bed, hunky dory. You don't want to be going fucking bananas. That's a recipe for disaster. Look what happened to Ireland's. What's your man from Westlife called?
Which one?
What's your man the guy that married Kerry Katona? What's his name?
I don't know.
Brian McFadden. Brian McFadden had a nightmare of a night before the wedding, which I won't discuss. But if you're ever looking for a sordid tale, that's Brian McFadden right there for you. But yeah, so you got to take it handy on the night before a wedding. That's for sure, even if it's not your own.
Yeah.
Oh, few other questions here. Go on, sorry, go on there, Ben.
Dolly Parton has just died.
Oh.
Yep, Dolly Parton has left the building.
That's very sad, I must admit.
That's
very sad.
Years old. She had a good life. Speaking of 80 years old, the average age of our team tonight is 22.5 years. That's
right.
That's a lot more disrespectful than I expected that transition to be, but I didn't know that Dolly Parton was going to die.
Yeah, well, listen,
years.
That's mad young, yeah. So the oldest, I'm guessing, would be our pal Kilman. It must be, unless I'm missing out on anyone else that I haven't looked at.
34 years old.
Veltman, of course. I didn't see Veltman there. Veltman is bringing up that number in a big way, I'd imagine. But I don't mind him. I think he'll play well. So yeah, no, I'm happy with enough of that. I'm getting slagged as usual about my internet because I had one bad day that it wasn't even my fault. I'm still getting slagged about that internet. Can you believe it?
I think Aqua's the one who said that that Irish Tommy was living on Craggy Island.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
We was watching.
Yeah, I should actually another not forfeit necessarily, but if we win the league, we'll have to go on to Gatesy and see where he got that shirt from, and we should all wear that shirt.
Let me tell you.
One session, because that was a sight for sore eyes. That was.
When I said last week about us wearing a god awful shirt on stream, right? The other night I had a great idea for a shirt that I won't mention because I want it to be a complete surprise. But I told Caitlin my plan for the shirt I was going to get, and she was like, "You got to do it. You got to do it. Hands down, be the best."
You'll have to tell. Can you tell me in confidence? After we're off stream, what this shirt is, or is it going to have to be a big surprise?
I want to see the shock in your eyes.
All right. Okay. I'm ready for it. I'll have to. Well, whenever you're wearing this, you're unveiling this shirt. You'll have to tell me in advance so I can go and find the shittest item of clothing that I have, and I'm sure I've got many questionable items that I can throw on.
I'll try that drink when the club rehires Russie B. Russie B's got a new gig now. He's got a new gig now. I'll get the information up. But Russie B will be DJing in Lewisham every first Friday of the month, I think. Let's take a look. I'll get the information up. But yeah, Russie's got a new gig on a Friday. I love this. This is always going to be a good sentence. I've been married a few times. Got taken out a new key on one of them. It was a shocker. Totally wasted. And yeah, the day of the wedding was fun.
Alex has put into the group chat that apparently Ariella is due to play, but it has a calf issue. Rumor has it. And Alex Alex usually knows what he's talking about, so
he has a good idea.
I'll take that. Everyone's worried about Mubama.
Quick little nod here to Aqua's mum, who had funeral was yesterday. I hope everything went well, mate. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, sorry to do that.
I will always love you.
That's Martin. Who's Martin Beaver loving on?
Right, Dolly Parton. She sang "I Will Always Love You," didn't she?
Did she? She did. I'm sure lots of people sang that song. But fair enough.
That shirt cannot be worse than Pink Flamingos. It's not worse than Pink Flamingos, but it's certainly a bold choice. Not going to get me cancelled or anything, I don't think.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing. Once you're not getting cancelled, that's a win in your eyes.
That is the main thing. Mandy Areola, as Connor was just saying there, apparently hurt his leg. Apparently,
yeah, calf injury. So ruled out as a result. To be honest, I don't mind Herrick starting. It's probably more interesting the fact that Herrick is starting, to be perfectly honest. And I hope he has a good game because might give him a bit of confidence. And I'm not sure what will happen to Herrick, but yeah, I hope he plays well.
Yeah. I don't know how strong the Saints team is, to be fair, because I don't actually care about Southampton. Southampton are one of them teams that I really dislike now because they tried their hard. It's not because what they did, because I like who was the old Leeds manager? The mad Paraguay guy. Is he Paraguay?
Who's his name? Mad Leeds Paraguay? Bielsa, yeah.
I love Bielsa, and he did the same thing. My problem isn't that Southampton cheated; it's the fact that they tried to throw that kid that they'd asked to do it under the bus.
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting now. And he's been given a full-time job now, and you'll think he's got that for life. That's probably part of a "do not sell us" settlement.
Southampton, they fucked themselves in a big way last season, it was kind of crazy what was going on there, but
Mandy wants to know how Areola hurt his leg.
He was playing the saxophone on a wall and slipped.
I think that you may actually learn something about that on Shark Watch on Kieran and Dudley Shop. If you watch Old School Hammers, you never know.
Yeah. So we were talking about last week. Myself and yourself were talking about dolphin DNA. So we have our own little bit of bits and pieces. From a aquatic perspective.
Yeah, there is certainly. Well, hopefully he didn't get his leg mauled by a dolphin. Although apparently dolphins can get quite vicious.
Well, I wouldn't know, but I'm sure they if you enter their space, wouldn't be loving it, I'd imagine. But yeah, Matt Le Tissier, a legend according to Trudeau, must go. But unfortunately, since Matt Le Tissier in recent years is more of a conspiracy theorist. If you've ever seen any of Matt Le Tissier's content in the last couple of years, it'll make your mind bend a little bit. He's a very curious and strange gentleman.
He is an extremely strange.
He's an oddball. He's a flat earther. He's a moon landing denier. He's God knows what else. He's
also Trudeau. If I'm thinking of the right person, was the previous Prime Minister of Canada, who
I believe so. That's I'm guessing.
Is the Prime Minister of Canada now? So Trudeau's gone, I think.
So this individual got their wish then in that instance.
Yeah. Well, Mark Carney seems to be kicking off with Trump as well, though. So.
Yeah, well, it's all going off there. We'll keep that for another day, perhaps.
Old School Hammers are brilliant. Catch them every Monday and most Wednesdays. Exactly. Unfortunately, there will be no gift of the gab this week because me and Connor are on here and we have got families.
So I'll have to sit it out this week, but yeah, we'll be back stronger. But at least this is a mini gift of the gab this evening, Ben.
This is people can't deal with 2-3 hours of us a week. That would be
we'll just try and do our best. But I don't mind a little Tuesday evening. Nothing wrong with a Tuesday evening. It's rain outside, not much going on. We're going to see the fantastic Hammers put in a display for the ages, and everyone's going to be bouncing into the rest of the week. Isn't that right?
Sure is.
That's the kind of positivity that I'm trying to trick myself into.
It's not too difficult for me to be positive, to be fair, because I've had a nice couple of beers. I've got a nice little buzz on. Obviously, I've had a good day, and there's only one thing. When you got a good buzz on and you've had a really good day, there's only one thing that can ruin it. And luckily enough, that thing is on TV tonight.
Well, I suppose that is true, but the opposite side of the coin applies too, Ben. What could possibly cap off your day in a better way than a West Ham win? So it works in both ways. It works on both sides of the thing.
Makasu scores, Ajala scores, Golombekis scores an overhead kick from the halfway line.
Mubama scores an own goal from 45 yards.
Finley Herrick saves 35 penalties.
Look, these are all things that sound like they sound outlandish, but stranger things have happened. But here I have a comment from Martin saying that the only thing that the squad's lacking, and now I'm paraphrasing a small bit, is Josh Landers. Yeah, but because here he is on fire right now. I was expecting him to be heading off to Scotland. That was the rumor, but I'm sure he will probably get a loan deal. But he does seem to be the kind of player that might be able to do a job. He got that physicality. He looks like I've seen a few of the goals he scores. Looks like a proper player. So hopefully he develops if he goes on loan and can do a job for us in seasons to come. Because I'd like to look at him.
Yeah, I think he's got it in him in the Championship as well. It's difficult because we've been quite ruthless, I guess, over the last few weeks with academy players. I think I don't know if you saw it, because I know you said you took a couple of days off the group chats and that, but the other night I put the heat map and the passing map of Freddie Potts.
I didn't see this.
The Belgian league is equitable to the Championship. We could right. Let me hold on. I've got to stop this. Right. Bowen is not going to Palace, right?
I saw this as well. I was like, because I was, as I said, I was off the group chat for 48 hours, and I said to myself, "Look, the transfer window is still open." So I just did. I paused a few of the apps. I just put them on pause. So I googled West Ham transfer news because I wanted to hear what was going on. I did this yesterday, and all I see everywhere is Bowen to Palace for 50 million. And I didn't even click into one of these articles because I just was like, this is such a load of bollocks.
It's
So I didn't even bother clicking it. But I must have seen it 10 places. The Sun were reporting it. 10 different outlets were reporting it. I'm guessing one person published it. And then everyone else said, this is a great story, clickbait. But that's what it is in my view. And I didn't give him the click because I was like, this is nonsense.
I obviously told you a while ago when he announced he was staying. I'd been told by someone close to him that he wasn't going, so I know for a fact that this is. But I know I haven't even asked because I know that this is bollocks. But the fact is, this was written in the Sun, and if the Sun wrote an article that said that my name was Ben, I'd have to check my birth certificate because the shit that they print is unreal. It doesn't even qualify as news. Some of the ITKs are bad enough with starting shit rumours, but the Sun is the last place you want to be believing, mate. So I wouldn't worry about Bowen. The other thing about Bowen, Jazz, he's got a personality. Like he's got dignity. He's got principle. If he says he's staying, he's staying. He's not going to go. It doesn't matter whether we got what we're. He doesn't matter if he's getting what he's promised or if we've changed moved the goalpost or anything. He has Anton. You're signed in on the West Ham network, mate. He has. He's not going anywhere. He's a man of principle.
No, absolutely. And like it would be a different story altogether if Bowen hadn't, for whatever reason, committed to West Ham, and but the fact that he had committed to West Ham, that U-turn was never available to him. Like, it would have completely ruined his legacy because, you can't say, if he had said nothing and kept his mouth shut and said, I'm just going to, see what happens. And then he went, fair enough. But I didn't for a moment think there was any possibility of him shooting off. So that didn't enter my brain or give me even an ounce of worry. But so in terms of how are we feeling about the game, I think we've changed our tune a little bit since we've seen the lineup. Would that be a fair assumption, Ben?
I've also had 2 bottles of beer.
Well, listen, I have one waiting downstairs for me, so I'm sure I'll catch up. But I think a youthful side looks, always is always exciting, and I'm really looking forward to 𝗪𝗪, to be honest. I think 𝗪𝗪 could be something to really, keep a close eye on today because that is the kind of pace we're missing. And if we could incorporate him into the team as an option, I'd be all for it. So hopefully.
I just want to see something good from the players. This feels like, to me, this feels like another pre-season friendly. That's what the Portsmouth game was. We were willing to lose the Portsmouth game. But to be fair, I've seen this in other media. But it was originally reported in the Sun. GP is in the house.
GP, what's going on, GP? I usually get a few nice comments from GP, so keep them coming.
GP is a bit of a Connor slag, isn't he?
He's all well. Listen, I'll take it. Aqua usually comes for me as well, so look, I'm ready for it.
Big question.
I had that person earlier as well that we're friends with now. I think again, Ms. Smith, and me. I think we've buried the hatchet.
I never know. Is Damien's been quite quiet recently, but I never know if Damien's my friend or my enemy. I never know.
But if Palace did come for 50 million, would you take him? No, because look, he hasn't been at the races but he did. Well, he got an assist against Burnley now. And he scored against Portsmouth in that pseudo preseason friendly. But he hasn't lit it up yet. But the thing about it is like, you could kind of say that Bowen didn't do it towards the end of the last season, but I've got faith in Bowen. I think he'll come good. I think he'll like Danny Adair was saying, he'll tear it up in the championship, and I think he will. It just takes a bit of time, maybe. So, yeah. So we'll I suppose leave the judgment for a couple of weeks. You know,
I've got faith in him. Look,
so do I.
When you're the talisman, it's difficult. But the other day, he actually wasn't that bad. In my opinion, he wasn't actually that bad. And I could probably do some stats to back that up as well. He's lost a yard of pace. We said that against Portsmouth, but he's the kind of player that Russ pointed out the option of moving him further central to counteract the loss of pace. And I think we could do that in a number 10. But let me like everyone here that thinks that 50 million is a good sale for Bowen and fuck him off and everything. Who do we realistically buy that is better than Bowen at right mid?
That's the thing.
Bearing in mind that the Charlton lad, I posted on Twitter the other day saying exclusive West Ham trying to sign absolutely every fucker that scores against us, because that seems to be how people think we conduct our scouting. The lad that scored against us the other day that everyone was screaming about, he's just signed a contract extension at Charlton, so we ain't signing him. But who else do we sign? Who's better?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you know, if you know you've got that 50 million in your back pocket, so to speak, right? But you know, you're not going to go out and spend 50 million on a replacement. You know, so that 50 million isn't going to be, you know, directly reinvested. So, and who could you get even for 50 million that would A, be willing to come from West Ham, and B, be as good as Bowen? You know, you're talking, you know, that's very unlikely. So I think, you know, we need to give Bowen a bit of a break. Like, everyone was over the moon doing backflips, myself included, when Bowen committed to us all those months ago. And I'm still very thankful that he did, and I think he'll kick on and do well. I guarantee it's cut. He is our captain. There's criticisms about his leadership, which I get. He's not vocal. He's not the type of guy that, will bring the team together in moments of strife. And I think that is a bit of a problem. But I guarantee he's hurting at the moment. I guarantee he's hurting since last season. He's hurting since this season. He wants to, do everything. And the only probably criticism I have is he might be just trying that little bit too hard, because sometimes when you're trying to force it, doing those cuts inside and trying those shots, I think that he might just feel like he just needs to, do it all himself. So that's what I kind of feel. So I think once he, gets a goal or two, and once a few other players chip in as well, he might feel like, I don't have to do this all by myself, and that might liberate him. So I think there's another gear minimum to go with Bowen, and I really hope we see it soon.
Let's also not forget he's not the only player that's not performing at the moment.
Correct.
He's a confidence player as well. He normally goes on a run of scoring goals, and then he goes quiet for a bit, and then he goes on another run. Once Bowen gets a goal, and then everyone who's saying, "Oh, we should sell him for 50 million," everyone will tuck up and go, "Oh, we're so lucky we kept him." Daniel Kretinsky keeping him. The true enemy in all of this is the Gold family, right? Because they have fucked us. Bowen isn't a captain, so I just see this. Bowen isn't a captain, 100%. Bowen isn't a captain. I don't know why he was given the armband. I don't know if it was to get him to sign that 6-year deal, but he is the captain in title, but he's not a leader.
Yeah, and that's the problem we have as a team, though, because when you look around the squad, obviously Bowen's a senior man, right? That's fair enough. He's our best player. People can question that, but overall, on the balance of facts, he is our best player. So you kind of think to yourself, he's a nice fella. He's essentially he's a West Ham legend now. Essentially, who do you give it to? I will give it to him. But we do lack a leader. Like, to be honest, I think now he's not fit, obviously, but I think Souček would be. He's captained the Czech team. He might be more of a leader, but I don't think he's a perfect leader either. But I'm just thinking about of the team that we have. It's hard to think. Mavropanos, is he a leader? I don't know. So I just think that's an area we struggle with because you're in a scenario where there's not that many leaders. That's why I didn't actually mind getting Veltman in, because again, I don't know if he's a leader or not, but he seems like he might be, and he's got those years behind him. So I think if we can get in another senior head, like I haven't been keeping tabs on the transfer news recently, but I know he's not a captain material, but like if you got a Vardy or someone like that in, someone that's been there, done that, that can kind of bring the team along with them, I wouldn't be opposed to that, because while Bowen isn't a leader, if we can populate the team with a couple of different leaders, both on and off the pitch, I think that will go a long way. Because, but it is tough, because he's not the kind of guy that's going to.
I'll tell you who is a leader that's on the pitch tonight. I can tell you 2 leaders that are on the pitch tonight.
Give it to me.
𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗘, future West Ham calendar captain. Bookmark this on your calendar. Finley Herrick.
You reckon? Yeah, I'm guessing it's 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧. Was he the under 21s or whatever it might have been? Was he the captain?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And he's East Ham, born and bred. He knows what it means to pull on the claret and blue.
Yeah.
We've got the Southampton team up there for anyone watching. I didn't know that Southampton had an Israeli goalkeeper. Do you reckon he catches shots as well?
Yeah.
There was obviously a lot of noise about us signing Solomon, but I didn't even know that Southampton had an Israeli goalkeeper, which seems like something you would know based on the backlash.
Yeah. So interesting. All right. Yeah. Reg is giving out here. What's the point of entering competition if you're going to pick that team? Reg, we were actually quite happy with the team. We're kind of excited that we're seeing a lot of young players. At the same time, I did kind of have the original feeling that I wish we could put out more of our first team so we can maybe build on and get a bit of confidence going. But I reckon we'll see a lot of those players in the second half, and if we can get a good performance out of a few of the academy boys, it might push Nuno to have a few decisions on Saturday. So I'm not opposed to it, but I understand some of that attitude. But to be honest, I'm all for and actually just on the captain's point, I see Mandy's written that Bowen's form dipped once he became captain, and it's very there probably is a correlation there. I think that's been widely reported. But my attitude there is kind of like I'd say what would happen to him if we took the captaincy away from him? Say, listen, Bowen, the captaincy's weighing on you too heavily. We're going to take it off you and give it to Souček. That might hurt him more. You know what I mean? So it's a hard position to be in now. But yeah.
The thing is the captain. The captain as well is only someone that wears that armband anyway. You have a team full of leaders. Yeah, like some of the most successful teams in the world ever have had multiple leaders with or without the captain's armband. I'm looking forward to this tonight. I am looking forward to this. I'm resigned to a loss. I think we'll win 2-1. I'm resigned to a loss. That makes sense, doesn't it? But I'm interested. Look, what we've seen so far hasn't worked. So this is something different. So let's see. Apparently that's the formation there.
And I don't think when you say you're resigned to the loss, you're not resigned to a loss, but you don't mind losing as long as the performance is good. And I'm the same. So if we can see some standout performances and we lose on penalties or if it's a tight game, obviously the morale and the feeling will go a lot different if we get beaten heavily out the gate and we don't get started. But I don't think that will happen. And if it does happen, we can draw a line in the sand and go again on Saturday, because that's the thing. Because honestly, if you offered it to me now, and I don't know if the people in the comments might come for me, but if you offered me, we lose 5-0 tonight, but we win 1-0 on Saturday, I shake your hand and say thank you very much. That's what I do. That's what I do, Ben. I know it's controversial, but I am.
5-0 might be pushing it.
5-0 might be pushing it. I would do. No, maybe not 5. Well, I'd be close enough now. I wouldn't be far off it, because I just think that getting 3 points on the board is so critical on Saturday, and I think we need to put some points on that table, and I'm willing to take a loss here. Now that's controversial, and I'm sure some people will disagree, but I think it's Saturday's crucial. Today we can kind of get away. We can get away with not.
You know what?
Not doing the business tonight.
I've actually got one of my Jared Bowen ITKs here. Arthur, Come here, mate. One of my 𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗘 𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗘.
What's Arthur? What's Arthur thinking?
Here we go. Arthur,
Arthur, what are you thinking?
Is Bowen going to leave West Ham?
No, is he? No, dead right, he's not. You heard it here first. Arthur has confirmed that Bowen is not leaving West Ham.
But someone very important told you he wasn't going to leave West Ham, didn't he? Yeah. Hey, that's your ITK, £5 a month. Happy days. Here's my not. So this one's just asked for a Man City kit. So.
Oh dear. How about you get the third kit, the blue kit? That might be as good enough. That's a light blue. That'll do you, won't it?
She's got the home kit with Haaland on the back, and she was absolutely heartbroken when she saw he'd cut his hair off.
I like his haircut. I think it's great. I like his buzz cut. I think it changes things up. Remember last year, Ben, you had seen like an AI picture of Haaland, and you were saying that he'd had his hair cut, but it was actually just all a joke. But you were just 6 months too early.
Yeah, obviously AI predicted the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna be just moving house. So I'm staying on the stream. Don't you worry. I'm just gonna move house. So you're gonna see me doing an impromptu house tour, but quietly.
I think the 𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗘 as well has got a point here. We're sounding negative, but Southampton probably take a loss as well.
Yeah, they're playing this year. They're playing a weakened team, obviously, because 𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪𝗧, my countryman, he's obviously not playing, and a few others. So I think it is very much like a kind of an off, like it's a game that both teams are seeing as kind of a non crucial game. So yeah, I think that we can probably see that from both sides, and yeah, I don't think it's going to be one that either will try over too much. So I expect it to be reasonably tight, but hoping that we can do the business. Dublin on the move. Yeah, there goes the internet. Listen, I'm gonna draw a line in the sand here. My internet is rock solid. I can't believe you keep giving me guff over it.
I see the download speeds as well. Russ made us put our upload and download speeds in the group the other day, do tests and everything. And Colin Connor's speeds are solid.
They're solid, not as solid as Ben now, because Ben's wired up, wired in. I'm not the same, but
straight into the matrix.
Yeah, solid enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So who's sounding negative? Well, we're not sounding negative, are we?
There's some negative people here. 𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪
versus Kilman. I love the sound of that.
𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪 versus Kilman. That is going to be interesting.
That is going to be interesting. You're telling me. So, yeah, I'm excited to see that. Yeah, I thought we might have taken 𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪 as well as Mikasa, but because apparently there was some Man City like lone player game that or like fringe player game that various different clubs were invited to go and watch, and you could essentially pick up players. That's where we got Mikasa from him. Yeah. Yeah, 𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪 would have done the job probably as well, but sure.
I mean, I don't hate the fact that she wants a Man City kit, because I think West Ham and Man City typically have a pretty good relationship when it comes to players. So I think we were all, everyone was supporting Man City last season to win the Premier League. But yeah, I mean, this season I actually want Arsenal to win it because they look like the best team. They're not just scamming results at the moment by the looks of things.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not going to watch I don't watch the Premier League, but I do listen to a lot of football podcasts. And I was going on a walk there this morning, so I was catching up on the week. I was actually yesterday morning. I was catching up with the weekend, and from what I heard, it seems like there's going to be no competition for Arsenal. Sounds like Arsenal are going to cruise the league. Obviously, City got their win. Chelsea got a win, but United obviously got hammered. Spurs got annihilated. So it looks like a lot of other teams have weakened significantly, and Arsenal have strengthened, or at least are as good as last year. But when I know they signed some guy that I've never heard of, Man City, But they, when you lose Rodri, one of the best players in the world, and you've got Maresca now instead of Pep, that's a different story altogether.
Yeah,
But,
those are big shoes to fill as well. They're big shoes to fill. I've just seen this. Could be worse, Ben. Could be Arsenal or Spurs. She'd be living in the garden, mate. There would be. I would not tolerate one of my children supporting Arsenal or Spurs.
Yeah, it'd be a tough one, all right.
Yeah.
But so where are we now? Kickoff's not too far away. That's not bad.
10 minutes, 5 minutes.
That's good.
Just saying the lineup. So Areola's gone then. No, apparently Areola's hurt his leg playing a saxophone up the wall. Is that what he's doing on the wall?
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I said that's what he was doing. He slipped off a wall on the sax. So these things happen. Or maybe he could have had a DJ. He could have had a DJ relating incident. He could have scratched the decks too quickly, and it could have spun off and cut his leg.
I hear that's what he's doing for his 100K a week. That's why they've got rid of Russie B, because Areola's in there on the ones and twos, earning his £100,000 a week.
Well, we're hoping that is been impacted with a relegation clause, but who's to say? But yeah. So hopefully our boy Herrick does the business, and maybe there'll be a penalty and he can pull off some further heroics on that front. So yeah.
I tell you what, I did enjoy. Obviously, losing to Bolton wasn't enjoyable, but watching Tottenham lose 3-0 after spending all that money. Matheus Fernandes was a man of the match performance.
I didn't watch the game now, must admit. I know he started on the bench. I assume he came on. How did he play? Are you taking the piss? Was he bad or?
Yeah, he wasn't good. I think he got like 6.2 rating for the game.
Yeah, I did assure all my Spurs supporting friends, because I've got plenty of them. That was one of the buddies I was at the wedding on Friday. Was he's one of the big Spurs fans, and I was assuring them when they were signing Fernandes, I was like, "You're getting a player there," which I do still believe. I'm not going to game.
They've got a player. The problem is the team. Like
that's the issue because I was thinking when you're Tottenham and you've got De Zerbi, you're thinking a lot of the players that you signed didn't go on. They weren't at the World Cup. You've got plenty of time to bed them in. They signed them relatively early. You're thinking that they've got a team that can, do the business. So I was very surprised that it went so badly wrong. But I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's. I think it's all just going to be interesting the whole season. I think that Tottenham aren't going to do what you think they're going to do. I don't think we're going to do what we think we're going to do. I think City's drop off is going to be monumental. Man United, by the way, the other day, and I did put a thing about it in the group chat, but I watched the tribute for Kevin Keegan.
I heard that was great,
mate. It made our tribute for Billy Bonds look like picky bits on a buffet in a pub. That's how you honor a club legend. Like that.
Yeah, no, I heard it was well done.
Speaking of club legends, I posted on Twitter the other night saying that we need Julian Dix back, even in his current condition, and that he is a proper leader, and that he would not have had anyone taking a penalty off him. And the main man himself gave a little heart on the tweet.
Oh well, listen, that's nice. That's nice to see. You've got a few little interactions recently with various different. You've had a few little likes and reposts or things like that from people in recent times. Am I right? Was that last season?
Mainly people calling me a twat.
Listen, you can't blame him for that. That's just part of the course.
No. A few Jimmy Walker and players like that. It must be boring. I must say, when we lived in Brentwood, Robert Snodgrass lived in Brentwood as well. At the time, I don't know if he still lives there, but he saw Arthur in his West Ham kit once in Sainsbury's, and he come over and had a chat with us. He's giving it the irons.
That's lovely.
Arthur's standing there like, who is this geezer? Who's this fella?
Yeah,
Is that
Snodgrass is great. I liked him. He's a bit of he was a bit of a character. I liked him an awful lot. Mandy's asking for a score prediction. So we've thrown out some scores earlier in the day. You've revised your score prediction. Am I right saying that, Ben? What have you landed at? What have you landed at?
I've gone 2-1 West Ham win.
Yeah, I was 0-0 earlier. I think I'll go 2-1 West Ham win as well. Why not? When I'm chatting to you and seeing the comments come in, it always brings me around. I'm always a little bit more positive than I leave. I leave more positive than I start. So yeah, I think a 2-1 win.
Lads, I believe you can hear me, but no one else can. I believe.
Yep, it's just like my schizophrenia. I can remember.
I'm just sorting my stream out, so I'll be on soon.
Remember, guys. If you make a score prediction, put hashtag before the score prediction, and we'll log it and collate it and build a table to show you whether you got them right or wrong at the end of the season. It's just another bit of fun. This is another thing. I'm loving the demise of Villa at the moment, especially after what they did to us last season. Pure karma. They allowed.
I can't talk about that game anymore. That game against Spurs just crushed me so much.
They asked for this. They allowed Tottenham to war check. They allowed them the opportunity to spend all this money, right? I do think that Villa are going to go down. I think that
they won't go down, surely, but there'll be a few teams down there now this year because the promoted sides obviously got off to a good start, but I do think that they might, they will regress to the mean. You would think they'll be down and around the bottom, but there will be a few other teams down around the bottom that you won't expect. So I think, like Fulham, for example, might find it tough. Spurs might have another bad season, although I doubt it. But there will be a few teams down there that might be not what you were expecting.
Go on. Sorry, just got out of bed. I honestly do think Villa, Fulham, I don't know who the third team will be, but I think it's going to be Villa or Fulham.
Well, listen, we'll worry about the relegation battle in the Championship or the Premier League. Next year, and hopefully we don't have to worry about who's coming back into the Championship because we need to get out of it now. Because if you're saying Villa are going down, that would make our job next season a whole lot harder. So let's just get our job done this season, and worry about next season.
That's all we can do. On to the next one, and hopefully Nuno learns or we pivot,
Yeah. Win or learn, Ben. Win or learn. Isn't that the rule?
Am I here? Can you see me?
You're blacked out at the moment, mate, but we can hear you.
Oh, no.
You got your webcam on? Yeah, you have. I can see you on the other one. Sometimes it takes a minute.
Having some more technical problems, ladies and gentlemen.
There I am. There you are.
GP is there asking if you can stay on, Connor, for 90 minutes.
No, listen, GP, GP and me, we're just the best of pals, I
think we can start sharing some pictures of Connor. We can start selling some Polaroids of Connor if you want, GP.
We'll do a raffle, guys. We'll do a raffle. Top prize is a picture of me signed.
All proceeds go to the Hammond Food Bank.
Oh my God, my controller's just stopped working. Everything just doesn't start working for me. Anyway, lads, how are we feeling?
You know what? I must say I started off the stream in a kind of in a mood where I was a little solemn, but I must admit, after chatting for about an hour plus and seeing some of the comments and a youthful team, I've kind of come around a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit more positive than I started. How about yourself?
Do you know what? I heard what you said, Connor, and you said you weren't minding if we did get beat, but for me, momentum's key. That's where I'm at with this.
I do agree.
Yeah. I think we just desperately need to get something under our belt to show that we're capable of doing the job. I'm just waiting on getting my stream set up. I'm having an absolute mare. Apologies for that. For some reason, I'm watching Sheffield Wednesday, Wolverhampton when I want to be watching my beloved West Ham.
Yeah, I was being a little bit tongue-in-cheek because I just think that getting 3 points on Saturday is so crucial. So I was kind of more just joking, saying, look, I'll take a beating tonight if we can guarantee me 3 points on Saturday. But you're right in saying that if we take a beating tonight, the chances of us getting 3 points on Saturday is slim to none, because, as we're saying, it's a conference game, even with a significantly changed side. And I do want to see a big performance for some of those young fellas, because if 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, some others can step up, that might be, an unexpected answer to an unexpected problem, So
yeah, definitely. Right, lads, I believe that is me all set up. So, just out of interest, what minute are you guys on?
I haven't got mine up on my device yet, but I'm.
It's about 3 minutes.
Ben, what are you on?
It's about 3 minutes.
What, Ben?
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Right, cool. Right, lads, thank you so much.
No problem. We'll just drop off. Will I just drop off and it's all good?
I'll 2 seconds. I should be able to sort you out here. Right, lads, I'll chuck you out in the nicest possible way.
Later
Much
on,
love.
guys.
Adios.
Hopefully, that brings me and myself. Where am I? There I am. Is that me? Yeah, that's me. Right, everyone. Welcome to the West Ham Network. This is your watch along. Keep your comments coming in, please. I'm going to bring my time up to sync with this. Once I can get my timer sorted. Glasgow. I come from near Moscow. Playing golf for West Ham. Right, hold on a minute. Let me just get my shit sorted, please. Zero. 2. That's 3. My stream should sync up soon enough for you. 3 all together now. Right, that's me up and running. Hope you're safe and well. As per usual. Right, so let me start rhyming off the commentary for you. Qill playing alongside 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 in the defence tonight. Plays the ball back to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Interestingly enough, for you, I'm intrigued to hear what your thoughts are on this, but do you think that 𝗪𝗪𝗪 is in the team and Ariel is not on the bench because he's going to be the starting number 1 for us moving forward? Let me know your thoughts. Orford drops in the middle. He plays the ball over to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, Ajala, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. He directs the ball, drives. Madrid through the middle. He's back from his injury. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 down the right hand side. Plays the ball back into Orford. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 plays the ball back into Kante. Myers back on the left hand side. It's back with Qill. Qill plays the ball over to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. He holds on to it, nice and calm. Madrid. He's so weak on the ball for me, man. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 loses it as well, but that was terrible from Madrid, to be honest with you. Southampton on the ball. Down the left-hand side. Ball back in through the middle. Southampton on the edge. Kante does do enough. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 clears. Ball sprayed over to the right-hand side from Southampton and just in the West Ham half. Southampton happily holding on to the ball right now, playing the ball through the back line. Oh, extra time tonight. If you are wondering, it's going to go straight to penalties if it is a draw. Southampton quite comfortable on the ball through the middle of the park. West Ham do overturn that ball with 𝗪𝗪𝗧, who drops the ball back in the halfway line. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 plays the ball back to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 over to the right-hand side. Veltman plays the ball out to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. Ball's been dispossessed again from 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 does win the ball back for West Ham. Turns, drives into trouble, loses the ball. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 chases the ball down, but Southampton do regain possession again from West Ham. Southampton just get the ball down the back line, start to drive forwards. As you can see there with the stats, West Ham have had 61% possession already so far. West Ham chasing that ball down with 𝗪𝗂𝗧, but can't get a hold of that ball as the ball goes over to the far left-hand side. For Southampton, as they hold the ball in the middle of the park, they spray the ball over to the right-hand side, just on the halfway line. Now it's gone out onto the wing. Ball forwards. Southampton holding on to the ball. West Ham do dispossess them as 𝗪𝗪𝗧 has the ball. Puts the ball over to 𝗪𝗪𝗧 down the left-hand side. He loses it very quickly as Southampton recycle that. But 𝗪𝗪𝗧 does win it back, as does 𝗪𝗪𝗧, Myers, 𝗪𝗪𝗧, 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 plays the ball back into Myers. Myers holds on to it. He plays the ball back into 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 back to 𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗧 holds on to it. He punts the ball clear for West Ham. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 can't hold on to that. But West Ham tried to recycle it with 𝗪𝗂𝗧, but then he's lost it. Veltman does well. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗍𝒂𝗧. He's gone all the way back to 𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗧 holds on to it. He plays the ball straight through the middle to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. He plays the ball over. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗍𝒂𝗧. He plays the ball back into 𝗪𝗪𝗧. Just coming up on the halfway line in the West Ham half. Sprays the ball over to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 holds on to it. He plays the ball forward to 𝗪𝗂𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 back to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 holds on to it. He drives, plays the ball over left-hand side to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 fancies himself on the ball. Holds on to it onto his right foot, nothing on. Back to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 through the middle to 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 holds on to it. He plays the ball over to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧. West Ham just patient in their build-up. 𝗪𝗪𝗧. He sprays the ball over left-hand side to Myers. Myers holds on to it. He plays it over to 𝗪𝗪𝗧 down on the left wing. He drives infield. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 plays the ball back into 𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 sprays the ball over to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 on the halfway line plays to Veltman. Heavy touch from him. 𝗪𝗪𝗧 loses it again. And Veltman, to be fair. But a lot of sidewards and backwards. Nothing really going forward, to be honest with you. Southampton now come on the counter as they come down that right-hand side. Southampton do have that ball. They play the ball through in the centre of the park. Ball sprayed over to the right-hand side. Fellows drives by, skips by Myers, crosses it in. Ball on the edge of the box for Southampton. Still got it, Southampton. Shot. Fucking hell, it's a goal. It's an absolute terrible goal to give away. Wow. Wow. West Ham are terrible right now. Wow. 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 I actually don't know what we did wrong there, to be honest. Terrible clearance from 𝗪𝗪𝗧. It went to, I mean, Țięșa's just travelled through everyone in our box. Let me see how many touches he gets. He collects the ball on the edge of the box. Here, 1 player, 2 player, 3 players, 4 players, keeper 5. 5 players, defensively shocking. It is defensively shocking. I'm not going to lie to you. It is defensively shocking. Terrible. Really is bad. Five players around him. 5 players failed to get rid of that. Be honest with you, Ickham, like there's so many players in that team that should have stopped it. It wasn't just Myers. Started with Myers, but when the ball lands on the edge of the 18 and he travels through that whole 18-yard box, you tell me. You tell me. Bella chasing that ball down. Hampton come on the attack. Veltman does intercept. Ball forward for Limmadrid, who's attacking down that right-hand side. Slow on the uptake. Overlap and run. Shot. It's just such a wasted shot. I really don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, to be honest with you. That is fucking terrible. Give me 2 seconds. Tries to shoot with Pirot. Guess what? It takes a deflection. Goes out for a West Ham corner. Corner from West Ham. Right into the back post. Kilman wins it. Oh! Hero plays the ball back into Kante. 𝗪𝗠𝗪𝗧𝗛 drives forward for West Ham down that right hand side. Plays the ball into 𝗪𝗠𝗪𝗓. 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Madrid fucking loses the ball again. Hate saying this. I hate saying this. I'm not convinced, man. I am so far from convinced. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛 wins the ball back for West Ham. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. He turns and plays the ball into 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Drives the ball forward for Peru. Tries to lay off for Madrid, but Southampton recycle. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 chases the ball down at the defence, but the ball's gone forward and Southampton come out with the ball. Southampton do have the ball in the West Ham box. Back over on the left-hand side. Just grabbing something. Oh. Scola. Forward for Southampton. Oh my God! Fucking hell! Clear it! Again. Genuinely so bored. As you can see on the screen, 3 shots from West Ham, 1 from Southampton. 1 shot, 1 goal. 1 shot on target. Currently, it's just a lot of sideways and backwards passing from West Ham. Pirlo gives the ball to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 plays the ball back into Kante. Kante turns, plays the ball over right hand side. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 holds on to it, plays the ball back into 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 into it, deep in the West Ham half, plays the ball over to Myers. Myers over to Kante. Kante back to Myers. Myers plays the ball over to the right hand side to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 forward, Peru. Good ball forward. Well, Peru in the middle of the 18-yard box. Skips by one of their players. Shot from distance. Good save. Nearly lands on 𝗪𝗂𝗧. Brilliant play from Peru in the 18-yard box. Myers holds on to it. Still in Southampton half. Plays the ball all the way back to 𝗪𝗏𝗻𝗄. 𝗪𝗪𝗻𝗄 into 𝗪𝗏𝗪. 𝗪𝗏𝗪 turns in the centre box. Centre circle, sorry. 𝗪𝗏𝗪. He plays the ball over right-hand side to Veltman. Veltman back into 𝗪𝗏𝗪. 𝗪𝗏𝗪 forward for 𝗪𝗂𝗧. He's kind of switched over to that right-hand side. Ball forward for 𝗪𝗏𝗪. It's done well. Peru on the edge of the 18. Much better West Ham shot. Save from the keeper. Better from West Ham. Much better from West Ham. But we need to do something with this ball. Much, much better from West Ham. Southampton have the ball, play the ball out onto the wing on the right-hand side. �𝗓𝗪 has won the ball back for West Ham. Ball forward. Madrid, 𝗪𝗪𝗪, Peru all get mixed up. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 wins the ball back, but the ball has been it's a referee free kick for Southampton with a foul against Southampton player. Great ball forward from Veltman that put Peru into a bit of dangerous area. He had a lot of work to do, to be fair, in the 18-yard box, but he held off the player really well. Dean Ashton-esque. Dean Ashton-esque. Keeper does have the ball. He plays it out to the centre half of Southampton. Is they're happy just to hold on the ball. West Ham kind of sit for a little bit back, start to press, but he sees the gap. Southampton drive through. Southampton are now in deep in the West Ham half. Play the ball into the danger area. Mikasa does clear for West Ham. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 can't win it, and Southampton recycle, and they've got the ball, and they come back on the attack again. Southampton deep in the West Ham half. Oh, he's fouled heavily, and it's a free kick to Southampton. Madrid, who for me is having a fucking stonking game. I just want to keep that on. No, we'll go for the away. I think that's what we want. Yeah. We'll keep them on. All day. Not bothered about that rotation. Just want to see West Ham. Free kick to Southampton. Shot, deflection, over the bar, corner. No, I don't understand. What the fuck have we got to lose? What have we actually got to lose? Burner to Southampton. Ball whipped into the mix. Punch clear from Herrick. It's gone out. Shot from distance. Taking a wild deflection. Headed into the path of danger. Shot from distance. Just goes wide. Let's go clip for West Ham. I think this is perfect timing to give a massive shout out to Oxford Natural, our channel sponsors, right now for up to 70% off your first order. Clicking on the QR code or the link in the description, 70% off your first order for Optimum Day or Optimum Night. You can go and click on them. It's not the magician, it's not the magic worker on its own. You need to work alongside it, hydration, all that sort of stuff. So get yourself involved with them for up to 70% off your first order. Southampton come out with the ball, play the ball down that left hand side just over the halfway line. Forward, intercepted from West Ham. Orford, Madrid, Eastfield, free kick West Ham. Free kick West Ham, free kick West Ham. Southampton get the ball again. Nice skip by Myers, but the ball goes out for a throw. Guys, I've just texted the West Ham Network WhatsApp group, right? I'm fucking bored. You guys keep me entertained. Another night of misery. You are right. Vala loses the ball. Obama, Southampton. God, we've got 3 or 4 players in and around them, and we cannot dispossess them. I must admit, Iron Fruits, I do agree with this comment. He looks decent. I like his style. Southampton with the ball again. Ball at the edge of the 18, tries to dummy it. Kante recycles. Nearly gives the ball away. Peru plays the ball forward for Orford. Oh, he's not got the pace. He's never getting a foul for that. Yeah, mate. 100%. Do you fucking blame me either? Do you blame me? On the left hand side. Southampton still with the ball. Southampton with the ball, deep in their own half. West Ham just sitting patiently, like, fucking go for it. Like, what do we think we're doing? Honestly, it's not vying for that point. Do something. Do something. Right hand side. Southampton still have the ball deep in their own half. West Ham start to press. Ball's back with their keeper. Tell you what, though, with their keeper, even though West Ham are pressing, doesn't look like we're putting any fucking element of fear onto them. And they're playing out of danger really well. Here they come on the attack down the left hand side. Skipped by one of our players. Gone by 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪. Shot. Herrick's routine save for him. But yeah, it's too easy. I think their player just travelled like 60 yards unchallenged. Guess what? They've won the ball back instantly. West Ham have got the ball back again, though. Peru. Great ball for Ajala. He can keep that in. He has kept it in. He has. Well done, Ajala. Skips by one player. Crosses in low. Wild clearance from Southampton. Corner West Ham. Yeah, I've definitely rate Peru so far. Pretty decent. Have a handful. Clever on the ball. Nice turn. Knows where the goal is. Right, come on, West Ham corner. 𝗪𝗧𝗪. Ball whipped in. Right to the keeper. Blah. They've rolled it out. They've gone early. Limited recycles on the halfway line. Plays the ball back into Ezra Myers. I think I felt yawning. I'm so sorry. I apologise. See what this looks like with daylight coming in a bit. Southampton do have that ball. West Ham have won it, but the referee hasn't blown up a free kick as Southampton come with the advantage. Play the ball out the left-hand side. West Ham again becoming quite standoffish. Southampton down the left-hand side. Their left-hand side, our right-hand side. Recycled from Orford. Ball's played out right-hand side. That's gone out. It is 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪 tried to keep it in, and it is a throw into Southampton. Northampton down the left-hand side, cuts in field. Nothing on for him. Ball back with our midfielder. They're just really comfortable in their own possession. Definitely, in actual fact, let's have a look and see what the stats are so far. Southampton come down that right-hand side. Dribbles by one, cross it into the back post. Jesus. Fucking hell, look at that fucking disaster. Gone 50-50 now in terms of possession. They've had 4 shots to West Ham's 5. Southampton again with the ball deep on that left-hand side against West Ham. West Ham playing out from the back. Oh, he's fouled. Free kick West Ham. It's a question for me, Jacob Kelly. If he did get sacked, who would I want? I know exactly who I'd want. I know exactly. I like talking about managers still in control and still in West Ham. But it's definitely Eddie Howe. I think it's a really good point. I agree with you on this one. I think Southampton know the game is won, so don't need to move hard. 100%. Madrid, ball out. Veltman, nothing on for him. Ball back with 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪. Are you going to bed, little man? Come here. Say goodnight. One. Oh,
Night, night.
here comes Southampton on the ball. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right, listen. Listen. Joey had football tonight, his first ever football game, didn't you? Did you love it? No. Love you. See you in the morning. Sweet dreams.
See you in the morning.
Come on, you Irons. Southampton come on the attack. West Ham recycle. 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧 holds on to it. Big ball over the top for it's a great ball from 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗪. It's not the greatest of first touches from him. The ball goes out for a West Ham throw in. Southampton again. Orford recycles. Just in the middle of the centre circle. Ball forward for Madrid. Guess what? Oh, fucking hell. I do not know how he got out with that, but he did. Madrid on the ball. Orford. Kante. Kilman. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗍𝗪. Madrid drops in deep, plays in Kante. Kante just gives the ball straight to fucking Southampton and they come on the counter. Here they come. Christ, man. Mamadou Kante is having a mare again. I haven't liked. Something again with the ball intercepted from Kante. Honestly, see when I'm watching this game right now, I just can't explain to you. I've never felt so bored watching West Ham play football. I don't think I can go many more games like this. %, agree with you. 100%. Starting to feel the same. Ball whipped in the box from Southampton, cleared from Mayers. Forward. Gone out. West Ham throw in deep in our own half. My bad, geezer. My bad. Anyhow. Who tries to hold off and shrug off the Southampton players, but you can't. Anyway, it's a West Ham throw in just before the halfway line. Vela. Just a bit like Southampton. We can't even get to some of their like shitty passes. It's a bit like Southampton are totally aware of what West Ham are doing in every single move. So every time we do try and string like 2 or 3 passes together, they've got a player that constantly intercepts. Southampton on the ball. Here comes West Ham though on the counter. Got to do something with it, 𝗪𝗂𝗧. There's players there. 𝗪𝗂𝗧, terrible ball for 𝗪𝗓𝗪. It wasn't a great ball from 𝗪𝗂𝗧 to 𝗪𝗓𝗪, who was running in that box, overlapping run into the box. And Bree from Southampton did really well to get rid of that ball. It is a West Ham corner, but it wasn't the greatest ball. Just needed to be a slight bit faster, bit of pace on the ball. Corner West Ham. Rufford. Whip that in. Whipped in. Post over the tee. Oh, hopefully that gives us a spark. Holy shit. Tell you what, that was a very good corner. That was a very good corner. And who's there at the back post? And I tell you what, Ajala's that sort of player. He needs a goal. He's a sort of player that can react well off of a goal. Fair play. We've played shit, but it's a great corner over the top of the keeper. And Ajala has all the work to do. I don't know what happens with the Southampton player just behind him. He just goes down, man, and then Ajala just stands up, jumps 6 yards out, pops the ball in the back of the net. Brilliant. Brilliant. We'll take that. We will take that. Come on, Ajala. Good lad. Good bloody lad. Joshua Ajala. Absolutely, mate. Don't blame me, mate. But hopefully that's a bit of a kick up the arse. I mean, it's not been pretty. It's not been nice. But it's a goal. We'll take the goal. Southampton play with the ball in the back line. It's completely switched in this game. Remember, I said to you earlier on in the game, West Ham had something like 78% possession. Now it's like 55% possession to Southampton. They're trying to take a hold of the game. I'll tell you what, Jalad getting on the score sheet is good for him. We're plenty of goals in the youth setup. Maybe scored his first senior goal. Long may that continue. He starts to press the defender. Southampton still have the ball down the right-hand side, deep in their defence. Jalad just puts a bit of pressure on, but he skips round Jalad quite well. Halfway line for Southampton. Going out. Was it a West Ham throw-in? Southampton throw-in. No, I don't. Big switch play from Southampton. It's a great ball. The player's done really well down at the corner flag to keep it in. However, Veltman has done really well. Well done, Veltman. Ball out. Pirlo drops in, collects it on the halfway line. Oh, he's got by one Southampton player. Pirlo's done really well. He shrugged him off with his strength. Still got it. Coming into the West Ham 18-yard box. Oh, referee! Fucking hell, is that not a penalty? How is that not a penalty? That's a penalty. He's literally just taking the player's feet away from him in the box. That should be a penalty. Peru has done unbelievable. He has travelled, the best part of half the park. I do not know how that is not a penalty. Is that inside the box? Yeah. Oh, is it? Let me see. It's in the box. Cuts back. It's a penalty. Total penalty. Total fucking clear-cut penalty. Never go to VAR. That's not what happens anymore. So, should be a penalty to West Ham, but it's not. But Peru's done so well. He shrugged off one of their players on the halfway line, drove at the defenders. The defenders didn't really want to go near him because he's causing a bit of bother. I'm liking the look of Peru, if I'm not going to lie to you. 1 minute of added time. 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗧 𝗛𝗪𝗏𝗧 𝗪𝗏𝗧. Southampton with the ball. They play it back in their defence. Holding on to the halfway line, waiting for 30 seconds to go. Southampton play that ball over on the right-hand side, coming over the halfway line. Out on the wing, Jallad's there, and Myers is there. He tries to skip by Myers, but Myers sticks with him. Jalad cuts back in. Southampton do have the ball, but again, it's good tracking back from 𝗪𝗂𝗧. It's a foul, ref. It is right enough. Foul on Orford. Free kick West Ham. West Ham will probably play this out. I expect the referee to blow the whistle any second. Now, 46 minutes gone. That's the 1 minute of added time. 𝗪𝗂𝗧. Blow the whistle, ref, and he has. He's blown the whistle. It's half time. It's half time. Let's do a karaoke. Where's a DJ when you need a DJ?
Ask and now shall receive.
Ask and now shall receive. Mate. We came alive in the last minute.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like watching paint dry, wasn't it, for a long part?
So boring, man. Russ, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I don't like being that guy that jumps ship. I don't. I remember, and I'm going to stick by my fucking vow. You're going to stick by my opinion. I remember when we got 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪, I remember saying, if he doesn't change it by the next game, if he doesn't change it, if we don't see an identity, if we don't see a vision, then I'm tapping out. Right now, I don't see an identity and I don't see a vision.
Yeah, I don't. But I don't,
mate.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. But the issue is, isn't it? I mean, it is. These guys have never played together, so I don't really understand. So that they, for the first 20 minutes, it looked like they hadn't played together. There were certain groups, certain groups which were obviously academy players. So but it was like,
get that. But my point is,
I know.
Burnley, Charlton.
Charlton. I'm not counting this one. I'm not counting this. But
no, I know, no. But the point I'm trying to make is, it's probably referencing more the whole season as a whole, because there are a lot of players. Yeah, you've got the young ones, but you're throwing, look, Peru signed last week. 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗔𝗠's just back from injury. I mean, I'm not convinced, mate. I'm still not convinced. There's nothing currently convincing me. 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗘 looks like he's a fucking shadow of the player that we thought he was going to be. Don't want to jump ship yet, but you know what I mean. He's still young, still got a lot to learn.
𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗘 is what we've been saying. I've literally, when people have been wanking over him, I'll be like, look, he's still raw. He was very raw in for the 21s. He's got a lot of football he needs to play before he's even close to where we think he's going to be. There is a high ceiling for him that still, it's like, how many times did he overplay it, or he lost it, or the trouble is, the way we are set up does not suit 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗘. He cannot be that disciplined midfield player. He needs to come on. I think, to be honest, I think Nick said it best. He's a chaos player. He creates chaos. It does. He creates chaos. It's really true.
It's Nick
from Claret and Booze.
Oh, you're supposed to fucking say that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoever's Nick. He's probably the only Nick you and me know together.
I know fucking Nicks.
So it's true. He can't put him in a discipline. He's best to come on if it was 25 minutes to go, and you just want someone just to, really just put the cat amongst the pigeons. That's what he does. But he gives away so many fouls. So disciplined.
Listen, mate. Jimmy thinks Colin Beckus is a good player. So
he is playing well.
I'm taking the piss out of saying to you, Jimmy, you've not picked up on it. You've not picked up on it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
Well, listen, I'm going to go because just as the fucking stream went on, this controller broke. And I was like, shit, panic, stream, fuck. So I'm going to quickly sort it out halftime.
Just go Sky Sports Plus. It's on there. Right, bye.
Ciao.
Right, let's mute him. Let's mute him on the desk.
I'll mute me.
Mute yourself. Yeah, mute yourself. There we go. Right, okay. Let's go through some comments. Get your thoughts. Pete, good afternoon to you. Hope you're well, mate. Anton, I know, very below the belt. Not happy. I'll have words with him. But I was going to say, if anyone is around next Friday, Lewisham Tavern, we have a great night with Duke's Pub, the return of the Russ. It should be fun. Looking forward to that. What else we got? Mandy says we are relying on this inexperienced midfielder over a proper midfielder other than Engels. Do you know what? I was thinking about it because I'm looking at that bench, right? And there's no Ward-Prowse on that bench. Do you think Ward-Prowse is playing on Saturday? I think Ward-Prowse and Engels will be playing together as a two on Saturday because, for me, I would have played Ward-Prowse today and then put Orford in the starting lineup. So, for me, this means that neither are going to be playing on Saturday, and it's going to be James Ward-Prowse or Magassa, who's on the bench, who apparently he's going to be sold. We got Mark here saying 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗘 is Shrek's nutty sidekick. He is. He does remind me, but he does look like a little bit like a young Eddie Murphy. But he just seems to be just. I don't know. There seems to be no control of the lad. He just seems to be. I mean, it's exactly how he plays in the 21s. He's all arms and legs. That's what he is. He's just all arms and legs, and there's no control. There's no. Everything seems to be at a rush. Everything seems to be 100 miles an hour with him, and that's the problem. And I think the trouble is, like, I mean, you know, I think Ezra, again, if we're selling Diouf, we need to get another left back in. Ezra is not a left back. I keep saying this. You know, and he's a centre half, and actually he could very easily replace Kilman, to be honest. I thought Veltman's looked solid. I thought Lamidrid's just don't know what he's doing. And Joel Pereira, I think, you know, he's looking. It was that sort of first half when he took it around the player and then got a shot away. He does look like Dean Ashton. Fearon must be off soon as he's no. Fearon's not. Fearon's in the 21s. He's not stepping up this season, Pete. Don't worry about that. He looks like he's the stopper tonight. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. But that's the thing. He can't play that role. He's not mature football enough to play that sort of holding role. That's why you need a defensive midfielder, because he doesn't play. You know, he'll be better as if you had a CDM and he was playing like the two in front. That's where he shines the best. I am indeed. Pete heard me on the catch and Ben, Statman Ben. It was me, Statman Ben, as the two faithfuls against some lad who was clearly about 25, and they asked him what his favourite memory was of West Ham, and he said it was watching Bobby Moore playing at Man United against Man United. It's like, and Patrick Hill said, that'd make you 70. And I was like, fucking idiot. Is Ariella warm-up act? Of course. So, honestly, don't care if we win or lose. Glad some of the players are getting some minutes. Yeah, me too. It's good for Peru to get some minutes. I think 𝗪𝗂𝗧 is getting into the game. He's warming into the game. But there's definitely, you can see he's starting to feel it a little bit more. And that's good. I think Lamidrid, I think Orford's played a lot better. You know, he seems to be the controlling influence in that midfield. But when you've got a midfield of Orford, Kante, 𝗪𝗂𝗧 and Lamidrid, the average age is probably about 20. And that's showing at times. It's all a bit frantic. But there was some nice play. When the academy boys get the ball, and it's just them, they know each other. So Ezra to Golombekis, and that's why I think it's quite good Hendrick playing, because he knows he's played with Erdrich for a few years. He's played with Ezra for a few years. He's played for Ajalo. He knows what the runs he's going to make. Last year he played with Kante, so and he knows Orford. So actually, and you see him. Eric, a few times, he does something which not a lot of goalkeepers do. Rather than hoof it long, which he has done sometimes, he drills it to Orford, and then Orford picks and turns it, and it really works all the time, really, really well. JDP said, well, he's not on the bench. See, he's not on the bench, and so if you've got, I mean, the chances are probably, unless we'll find out at second half, there's been any changes, but you'd assume he'll probably keep with Orford and Kante. He might give 𝗪𝗂𝗧 some minutes, but there's no James Ward-Prowse. If he takes off Orford or Kante for the second half, then they could start against Watford, because they've got a good 4 days rest. Kante is a right. He is indeed. Lamidrid needs to sharpen his touch. Just seems to be a bit all over the place as Lamidrid. Hammers, so he's doing all right. Nothing to write home about. It can't be too hard on him, says Gaza. And he only cost £1 million, so they're much cooler in London. Although it's a bit warm today, though. It got a bit warmer again today. To be fair, the exchange going out early isn't a bad thing, says Mark. Yeah, you're sort of in a double-edged sword, really. You want to win to keep momentum, but the trouble is then you're in the hat for the third round, and that's extra games on top. If Nuno had won the first 2 games, and put that side out, then people would have gone, yeah, fair enough. He's sort of thrown this game because we've got Watford on Saturday. But he needs to win. If Southampton come out and we end up losing 3-1, 4-1, something like that, the pressure on him in terms of getting a result against Watford would be so much. He needs to win today, and he needs to come out and go for it. Couple of goals, 3-1 with that side. Through to the next round. We probably get a Premier League side by them. And, what else we got? Is true Casey is off to... that will be true if we sign 2 centre-halves. We believe if we only sign one centre-half, he's not going because that centre half get injured, and then we up shit creek without paddle. If we sign 2, then I think he's definitely gone. I think if we sign 1, we'll have to. It'll be a last minute job, and it probably will be a loan, I'd assume, with clawback with where is it? Recall, the recall clause involved. So if we sign 2, then he'll probably be sold permanently to Stevenage, and then that'd be the last one of that group, isn't it? Sort of the well, actually Orford's still here, but in terms of Earthy, Marshall, Casey, that sort of group who haven't broken into the first team consistently. So I think that's what will happen. But yeah, Stevenage are one of the sides that look interested. And these lads are playing. They've held their own. I thought �𝗓𝗪 took a while to get into the game. But clearly we know he's an asset. The goal. It's great. It's his first senior goal, which is fantastic. Didn't have to move, did he? He literally, the goalkeeper fucked up, missed it. He did not have to move. But, that's always good. Strikers need goals, innit? Strikers need goals. So hopefully we can carry on that and see what happens. But no, it's great to see. Been impressed with Orford and the game time he's had this season. As I said, I think Orford's the one they're going to be moving on. Oh, not moving on, the moving in to the side, not moving on, the one moving into the side. Because there's clearly, there's... And as I said, you got to think Engels plays a similar role to him, but I like the idea of playing 2 8s rather than 8 and 6. Because actually, to be fair, we should be dominating midfield and bringing the ball forward, not holding players back, and actually having Orford and Engels as a 2. I like the idea, but as I said, there's no James Ward-Prowse on the bench. I'd have started James Ward-Prowse today and not started Lewis Orford. But there we go. My neighbour was naked sunbathing, very good. GP. And going forwards, we look okay. It's the backwards that worries me. I even think going forwards, I think sometimes we're a little bit. I don't know how to explain it really. It just seems we're a bit frantic. Yeah, a little bit frantic we are. Doesn't like any changes at half time. Orford's there. Kante's there. Looks like we're still right for... Looks like there's no changes as such. Although, let me just note, no Herrick's there. No, we look okay. We look all right. Still don't like us in spearmint. Not a big fan of the spearmint. But yeah, good for Hendrick to get some minutes as well. Is it me or is Orford? Yeah, I spoke to his dad the other day. He's been bulking up over the summer, and you can tell. As I said, one side of his game which was always a bit iffy was his defensive side, and that at the end of last half dozen games in the under-21s, he really it was part of his game. Obviously, he was trying to develop, and as I said, in the summer he's bulked up quite a lot. And that I think it was a Portsmouth game. He was fantastic defensively as well, because I think he realises there's that position for him. Right, Mr. Baker, are we ready? Are we ready? Thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to I'm going to take myself out and bring Anton in. Unmute yourself.
Forgot to unmute myself. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. Waiting for kickoff. And it has kicked off. No changes.
So if I set up...
Back, don't worry. Oh, ball on the edge. Mikasa, back heel shot, block. Shit. Free kick to Southampton. This time just holding the ball in the back line, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 in. Straight to the Southampton keeper. Southampton just playing the ball through the back line. West Ham would do some of this. Myers clears. Southampton just holding on to the ball there. Southampton just holding on to possession. I don't know how much of this ball we've touched, to be honest with you, in the second half. Ball forward, Southampton on the edge of the 18. Ball crossed in, it's blocked, but they come with the ball again on the edge of the 18. Called by about 4 West Ham players, recycled from 𝗪𝗔𝗦𝗧. I thought it was going to be a foul, but there's not, and 𝗪𝗦𝗧's driven out with the ball from the back line. Gone for a big clearance to 𝗪𝗧, but 𝗪𝗧, guess what? It's on his own. Orford with the ball for West Ham, deep in our own half. Nothing on for him. Kante stands static, plays the ball back into Orford. Orford over to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 back to Orford. Billman, nothing on. To Herrick. Myers. Roman, Colin Beckers. Over the right-hand side, deep in the West Ham half, which is so static, man. Fucking hell. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. There's nothing, no movement. Just moving sidewards. There's no one moving for the ball. Oh, fucking hell. Orford. Good ball forward. Crosses in from 𝗪𝗧𝗪. It's landed to 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Shot! 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Josh 𝗪𝗪𝗪. What a goal that was, by the way. I tell you what, because he showed the desire, because he showed the intent, that's why he got to that ball, and that's why West Ham scored that goal. It's just all about, it's all about the desire. And I tell you what, Peru got so fucking fed up of waiting. He just pings that ball through. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 crosses it in. It's cleared. But 𝗪𝗪𝗪's intent, man. It's 𝗪𝗪𝗪's intent. Fucking hell, West Ham. Show us what you're actually capable of doing.
So we got 40 minutes
Well
left.
done. Terrible defensively from Southampton. But 𝗪𝗪𝗪's bagged himself a brace. Holy shit. Brilliant. Got to give Hero shitloads of credit. And I'll tell you why, right? And I'll tell you right now why. I give him shitloads of credit because when West Ham were playing that ball backwards, sidewards, he dropped in. They played the ball to him. First touch, bang, penetrated the defence. Forced 𝗪𝗪𝗪 to drive in at the other defenders. Cross the ball in. They make an error. Bang, who's there in the end of it? 𝗪𝗪𝗪 to put the ball in the back of the net. You. I'm liking you, mate. I'm liking you, geezer. Gary Lampard. Oh, we've recycled it again. 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Ah, it's a bad ball for Peru. Couldn't carry Lampard. Man, 4 man, 3 man, 2 man, 1 man. I'm trying to work out what number we're on. Let's see what we're on. That Frank, big fat Frank, big fat Frank, big fat Frankie Lampard. Anti, ball over. Mayers drives into 𝗪𝗪𝗪, holds on to it. Kind of gained a little bit of energy. Oh, it's great. Drop at the shoulder there from 𝗪𝗪𝗪. Myers. Hold back with Kilman. Oh, when the Saints go 2-1 down, I want to be in that number. The Saints go 2-1 down. Oh, when the Saints. Beckett's ball forwards. Good interception there from Madrid. Back to Peru. Deep in the Southampton half. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 on the edge of the 18. Cuts back. Plays the ball over to 𝗪𝗪𝗪. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 fancies it, man. He's up for it. Skips by one player. Shoots it in low. Clear from Southampton. Is it going to fall to the West Ham player? No, it's not. Southampton do have the ball on the edge of the 18. Ball punted forward from Southampton. Herrick's come out. Chest that ball down. He's giving the ball away. Fucking hell. But anyway, Myers has got over. Fucking hell. Eric, son. Finlay, Eric chested down. I think he thought he was going to get to that. No problem at all. He did get to the chest, but he never had the second ball. Here we go. West Ham quadruple substitution. Hattie, Solomon, Bowen. Hattie, Solomon, Bowen, and Engels. Wow. Four substitutions from West Ham. Just wondering, right? This is what I'm wondering here now. This depends on the substitutions, but I'm wondering if this is going to be a little temptation to see what our starting 11 will look like for next week. Just depends on the substitutions, that is, right? But it's not, because straight away, fucking Piro's coming off, who I actually thought had a really good game, to be honest with you. I'm having a fucking nightmare here. I'm having an absolute nightmare. Anyway, Piro's off, and Tati comes on for him. What the fuck am I doing? Gala, he done well, gets himself a brace. Solomon comes on. Going for 𝗪𝗓𝗏. Garrett Bowen for 𝗪𝗓𝗏. Let's see what we can do here. I can't wait to get this office set up properly. I'm gonna have a fucking mare. I'm having a mare. Substitution from Southampton. Fudge, we are, mate. We are. I'll message you, mate. I'll message you. Goes all the substitutions there. Solomon, Castellanos up top, Bowen at left, Engels in the middle with Orford. It's interesting if you put Solomon in that kind of in behind Castellanos, Bukasa. It's not that I'm turning the light on. Do you know what it is? Hold on a minute. Let's see if I can do this. And here you go. Solomon, Casa, corner. I turned the light on. Love that. Bowen, corner. On the edge of the box. Blocked from Veltman. Winning the ball from Mears. Heads it in. Mears wins the second header. Ball from Orford over to right-hand side to Jared Bowen. Bowen. Overlapping run from Solomon. Drops back. Solomon. Orford to Bowen. Shot from distance. Blocked. Veltman tries to win the ball back. Much better intensity from West Ham. Southampton struggling to get out of their box, their area. Solomon pressing. Their keeper's got the ball. Solomon, West Ham have got two players. Fucking hell. The energy between West Ham there is brilliant. 61 minutes gone. Southampton 1, West Ham 2. West Ham made 4 substitutions, and they've got a lot of energy now. See the difference that makes with the fans as well. Come on, you Irons. They fly high. And what do fade into? Oh, tunes always on. I looked everywhere. I'm for blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I'm for blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I forever blow pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, like my dreams they fade and die. Fortune's always hiding. I looked everywhere. I'm for blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I'm for blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I forever blow pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so. A good interception there from West Ham. Solomon's driving down the left-hand side, cuts back, nothing on, cuts infield, keeps driving, still fancies it, still got the ball, plays the ball through. Oh, it's brilliant between him and Tati. Solomon over to the right-hand side. Bowen's on the edge of the 18. Bowen skips by one, crosses it in low, takes a deflection. Shot blocked from Orford. Southampton clear. Well done from 𝗪𝗪𝗧. Fucking brilliant from 𝗪𝗪𝗧, son. Go on, geese. Fuck, geese. How about you, Irons? I'm forever blood, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high. These are fading. Old tunes always hiding. I looked everywhere. I'm for blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I'm for blowing bubble. Bowen cuts infield, plays the ball into Tati. Tati back into Veltman. Back to Tati. Brought the offside trap. Cuts infield. Left foot. Shot. Block. Cross. Just goes wide. Corner West Ham. There's energy. Come on. I'm forever blood, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high. Like my dreams they fade and die. Old tunes always hiding. I looked everywhere. I'm for blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. Bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I'm forever blood, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high. Like my dreams they fade and die. Old tunes. Corner West Ham. Cleared from Southampton. West Ham win it back with Solomon. Veltman back into Myers. Ball whips in. To no one. Oh, Bowen's going to chase that. Ball back with their keeper. Big clearance from the keeper out. Under pressure. Panic. Well won there from Veltman. Southampton do recycle and keep that hold of that ball for the first time in a little while there. Dozy skips by one. Great tackle from Veltman, son. Get in there, Velty boy. Velty. Let's see what the match stats are sitting at just now. Nah, let's not. Can't be bothered. Tatianos. Lip up, Tati Castellanos. 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 Come on, Jorns. Say fade and die. Fortunes. Oh, West Ham. 𝗪𝗪𝗧. Oh, ball. Oh, that's unlucky from 𝗪𝗪𝗧's son. No, we do look like a team with passion. You can say that again. Lip up, Tati Castellanos. Can't help it. I'm sorry, mate. All I can hear is 𝗪𝗑𝗦𝗧 Castellanos. 𝗪𝗑𝗦𝗧 Castellanos. West Ham recycle. Ball's gone back with Southampton defence. Come on, you Irons. 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 Oh, Orford. Bowen. Back to Orford. Back in field to 𝗪𝗂𝗧. Good ball over the top for Bowen to chase down the right-hand side. Bowen. Still got it. He's on the edge of the 18. 𝗪𝗂𝗧. Onto his left foot. Back to his right foot. Back onto his left foot. Cross it over to Solomon. Solomon. Who's the fuck shooting? Tate. Tate Castellanos. Solomon keeps it in. Tate. Fuck off, ref. Fuck off, mate. Excuse my language. It's like we were trying to walk it in. I can't. Listen, who doesn't want me singing? 𝗪𝗑𝗦𝗧 Castellanos. 𝗪𝗑𝗦𝗧 Castellanos. Australians. West Ham definitely piling the pressure on now, Southampton, because even time they come out of their box and try and play the ball, they look like they're on edge. Fuck, Flynn Downs. Shit, totally forgot about him. Holy shit. For Southampton. Oh, they've given the ball away straight to Bowen. Bowen sees the space. He drives, turns out right, plays the ball to 𝗪𝗂𝗧. 𝗪𝗂𝗧 drives infield, sees Bowen again. They overlap and run. Tati, Bowen, 𝗪𝗂𝗧. Goes out wide right. Veltman back to 𝗪𝗂𝗧. 𝗪𝗂𝗧 wants the ball all the time, man. Back into 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 Mayers in to Orford, not Orford, sorry, to Engels. Mayers all the way back to the keeper, Eric. Eric punts the ball upfield. Bowen chests that down. Tati, Bowen. Tati. He's no one shouted man on to Castellanos. Southampton do win the ball back. Orford's fouls. Free kick Southampton. Herrick looks like he's fucking done. Cramp or is his fucking Achilles gone? I think he's got to get substituted. He's done something, man. There's no point in playing on. No point. I know he won't want to come off, but he's fucked. He can't play on. There's no way he can play on, mate. Right. Do you know what? This is Achilles. His Achilles. It's not cramp. It's not cramp. I think it's his Achilles. His foot went flat-footed, and he's. I could be wrong here. I'm just could be fucking wrong, but let's see. I'll never look here. You on bed? Night night. See, come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Love you. See what he does. Ah, he was testing. Not his Achilles because he wouldn't be able to go on his toes. No, we're winning 2-1. Here comes the geezer. Say Irons.
Irons.
Love you. See you in the morning. Bosh. A little cheeky early night for you.
What?
Cheeky early night for you. So I didn't know the new rules. So clearly, because the keeper's gone down, West Ham have asked 𝗪𝗓𝗧 to leave the field. A bit odd. Let's see what you lot are saying. West Ham do win it back with Bowen, but he's dispossessed. Castellanos. Dot from distance. Eric collects for West Ham. Right, now it's time to get 𝗪𝗓𝗧 on. Bowen on the edge. Bowen on the right foot. Oh, save from their keeper. And he set it out of trouble as well. Come on, you Irons. 15 to go. Roman deep in the Southampton half. Engels. No, it's not. It's Solomon, sorry. I get mixed up with Solomon, Orford, and Engels because they've all got the same colour boots on. They're all playing in the kind of same area. Eric. Olympiacos. Oh, it's a good run. Veltman's done really well. Veltman. 𝗪𝗓𝗧 Castellanos. What is this thing? I can't do it. What is it? 𝗪𝗓𝗧 Castellanos. Yes. Tell you what, man. Veltman done unbelievable. Veltman done unbelievable. What a game of two fucking halves this has been. Holy shit. So much better intensity. Tap in, 6 yards out. Veltman's done so well with that run. I don't know who played that ball up over the top. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Tati, third goal of the season for him. What is the celebration? I can't remember what it is. I need to type that in and see. Tati Castellanos celebration. I don't know. It looks weird, man. It makes me. What's he doing? It's that. It's that. And it's that. Oh, when the Saints go 3-1 down, go. Oh, when the Saints go 3-1 down, I want to be in a number. Oh, when the Saints go 1-1 down. A big ball forward from 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧. I would definitely. Do you know what? The commentators just said the exact thing. I was taking the words out of my mouth, but 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 has looked very comfortable. He has. Good pressure again. Veltman's played really well. Fans, we're winning away. I shake my shoopy. We're winning away. Funny. I can't help but sing it. You ready? 𝗪𝗑𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 Well done from 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 Ball goes out. West Ham. West Ham. West Ham. West Ham. Libertad Castellanos. Castellanos. Oh, West win the free kick, deeper own half. Obama turns, shoots, goes wide. Pretty papas in the air. West Ham are massive everywhere we go. West Ham are massive everywhere we go. Oh, West Ham, they give the ball away. Orford, here comes Bowen. That's where he wants it. Oh, he goes early. He's not shot. I don't know why Bowen done that, to be honest with you. He was so like, he should have been more greedy, to be honest with you there. Players have been massively impressed with, if I'm being honest with you. Mukasa, definitely. He's really stood out. Since coming on, Tati, I thought 𝗪𝗪𝗧 has had a great game. 𝗪𝗪𝗧has had an unbelievable game. He's looked so calm, collected on the ball. Defensively, reads the game really well. Here comes Southampton on the attack down the left-hand side. Oh, spell from Herrick, but it has been cleared from West Ham. Big geezer, any? Southampton, they're bringing the ball in, but the ball's gone out, and so West Ham throw in. I might need to go and turn the washing machine off because it is fucking loud. I'm going to have to press pause. I've pressed pause. Anyway, 𝗪𝗧 gets the ball in the middle of the park. He drives. Orford, Bowen. Don't be greedy. Be greedy. Shut. Yes. 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 Yes and yes. I'll take that all bloody day long. Come on, you irons. 4-1. 𝗪𝗧, Orford, Bowen. Every time he gets the ball inside that box, he was greedy this time and it worked. Cuts onto his left foot, skips by 2 players, finds the bottom corner. 4-1 West Ham. 4-1 West Ham. Brilliant. Take that. We are going to be live straight after the stream. Us will be going live straight after the stream, so make sure you do join them. Damn. We've got, what, 3 minutes to go? 𝗪𝗪𝗧 coming on. Yeah, 𝗪𝗪𝗧. And I tell you what, is this Gollum? Who's this coach coming off? Nah, Mukasa, well done, mate. Well done, geezer. Really good from Mukasa. Forwards, Colin Beckis again. Bowen. There's the overlapping run from Veltman. Bowen puts back. I can't find Veltman. Oh, he's nearly giving it away, Southampton, but they're coming out from the back line. West Ham piling the pressure on. 2 minutes to go, plus any added time. But West Ham have thrown ourselves into the third round of the Carabao Cup, and this game will do us the world of good. Castellanos. Well done, Gilman. Well done, Killing Casey. Hampton skip by, comes down the left-hand side, inside the West Ham box. Herrick cleared from Kilman, and it is a corner to Southampton. Libertad Castellanos. Got from distance, cleared from West Ham. Just waiting to see how much added time's left.
5 additional minutes. It does work.
I've managed the minutes. Over. 17 shots for West Ham, Southampton's 11, 7 on target. Southampton's 4. We've had 29 touches in their opposition box to their 11. Go forward, Solomon. Solomon, shot. Veltman, who I thought also has had a very good game as well. He's been brilliant. Look at him. He's taking on 2 players. Ball's cut in field to Solomon. Bowen.
Yes, 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 everybody. Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you're well. It is Southampton 1, West Ham 4. A rip-roaring second half when my stream wants to work. Rip-roaring second half by the mighty Hammers as we go into the, being the hat for the 3rd round. Anton's going to be joining me when the stream's finished. We've got about a minute left
100%
of the game. And then we'll be able to crack on. Just seeing Southampton's a pull down there. The referee takes nothing. It's all good. What a difference. What a difference a day makes. Well, actually, no, because the first half was really shit. And second half, we came out the blocks. We got another. Josh Ojala grabbed a brace in the game. Great for him. His second goal just showed, what determination means, because he really wanted that goal. And he got that goal. And then he brought on the cavalry, really, second half. Which I thought actually at the time I was a little bit sus with that, but actually it kind of made sense, giving the likes of, and I think the assumption is, the game's over. That's it, all done and dusted. West Ham through to the next round, 4-1, and a few goals. Good for Tatty to get on the score sheet, good for Bowen to get on the score sheet, good for their confidence. Engels getting some more
you
minutes
all have a
as
chance
well.
to choose who your man of the match is.
All that stuff was fantastic.
Beckus, Veltman, or Orford. There's
all very good. All very good. And it was just really. I just thought, second half was much more professional.
There's the full-time whistle for you.
And should have been.
West Ham
should have been out of it really a bit more. But
West
great
Ham
for 2 goals for Josh Ojala. Great to
what
see.
Second half, a game of 2 halves.
Everyone loved to see that for sure.
Unbelievable.
Good to see Ojala.
Listen,
I thought
Russ
some of the boys played well. Some of the first team played well as well. Some of the under-21s played well.
So if you want to head across the review show, he'll give you a running commentary, a running opinion, running highlights review show on exactly the game. But a game of 2 halves for West Ham.
Is he finished?
So I am, delighted with that in the end.
So I'm just waiting to see if Anton's finished.
Just glad that we actually came out with a much better performance.
He's still chatting away because I'm
if we had continued like that in the first half. Utterly
4-1.
Utterly raging. But
look at the stats.
We turned around in the end, didn't we?
Look, we needed that win.
Have a look here.
Yeah, we really need that win. Really, really needed that win.
Is that me ended?